My channel. My channel. My content. My channel. My content. My channel. My content. Take it away, Austin.
Happy Monday.
Hello, everybody.
What's up, everyone?
So, yeah, I'm amped. I don't know if it's because I just had a coffee or because Kori Martin's in the house. Yeah. Yeah, what happened? I came here and all of a sudden, I can hit the applause. Yeah, my God, I got all this sound effects stuff. So, Kori Martin's in the house.
Nice.
Yeah, so, I just turned it on. And it's like, what the hell? Where is she? What happened? I guess you timed out?
Yeah, I couldn't hear you guys, and I was like, couldn't figure out what was going on. So I was like, okay, I'm going to leave and come back, and whatever was going on, it fixed it. So
yeah. No, the reason why you don't hear us is because beforehand, we have a bunch of things and a bunch of, what do you call it, like intros for awesome people, awesome products. Mm-hmm. And sometimes we say stupid stuff before we go on.
Oh, got it. Okay. Yeah. If only my host had warned me.
I know, fucking shitty host, eh? I should do it this way. So there. Oh my God, what a way better screen. There we go. Look at the baldies.
I mean, you didn't even know what day she was on, so we're happy we even got here.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, because I almost announced it, Kori? I mean,
you came really close. You were like, "Hey, I'm about to send it out," and I was like, "What?
No, it's next week." Yeah. And the worst part is I'm like, no. And I looked, and I'm like, I'm a dumbass. 20 seconds. Like, why do I put reminders in my phone if I don't even look at them? But
I feel the same way sometimes. I'm terrible about actually paying attention to all of the various alerts I set for myself.
But anyways, 83 people in the house. Nice. Jam-packed. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Mm-hmm. You guys look really shiny. Are we really bright people? Is the sound good? Austin looks really shiny. Is the color good?
Elias looks like super
It's
shiny.
it's the glow before we go. Gotta go get the water.
You're laying eggs? Oh, getting water. Okay.
Oh,
So it sounds like we're good. Yeah. So everything is looking good. So it looks like we're good to go. No screw ups because we've actually started talking for about 20 minutes to guests, and all of a sudden, Austin or even Chris has pointed out a few times. I don't think they can hear us. Everybody's like, we can't hear you. No volume. Blah 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 blah. And we've spoken. I think we did that with Will.
Oh no,
we gotta,
Will was way
we got to
worse.
get Will back. So I'm like, wow, this is so cool. I went out and bought 4 additional cameras and started plugging it in. And everyone had their own view. And when we did that, the volume shut off. And then when I fixed that, then a camera would go down. And I realized that all this equipment can't be run off of my little laptop. Yep. So it was funny because half of the conversations we had, no one heard, so we had to repeat. It was just a shit show. We got to bring Will back.
That Will one sucked. I wasn't here and I was watching it. And it was so frustrating to watch because it had the potential to be so good.
Yeah, man.
It was pretty good.
When there's no disclaimer on the front that says, "Hey, man, this show is going to be awesome and there's never going to be a screw up." It's expected.
No,
Yeah.
I mean that's not what people watch for.
I think if anything, there should be a warning.
Yeah. So
wait. You know what is awesome?
Oh, here we go. Ready?
So there's this thing called the Jet Fund. And if you guys want to go and donate to it, we're trying to get a jet. Elias will tell you more.
Yeah, we're
you
ready
guys
at
got
the
like a little spiel
we're ready
going
at the armrest, so we're trying to get it in the color blue.
Blue interior is nice.
Just go donate to USARC. Don't listen to these.
Yeah, don't listen to these jackhats.
Well,
How much money do you have in the Jet Fund now, in the interest of full disclosure?
we have enough to buy an armrest. It's just it's not colored yet.
I see.
Ridiculous.
Colored leather.
Oh, see what I have to put up with?
Leather's pretty
I mean, they have to
expensive.
put up with me, So, I mean, I guess it works both ways. I mean, And then, Chris doesn't really have to put up with any of us anymore. He's a smart fucker. He's like, you know what? I've had enough of this shit. I'm out.
I took off.
So the reason why Kori did not attend last week, because I screwed up, is because she attended, vended or attended?
vended.
She vended a show last week, and yeah. So how was it? What show was it?
Yeah. So it was Herps in Bryan College Station, which is where Texas A&M University is. And so I tend to vend a bunch of the different Herps shows in the Texas area. And the beauty of being in Texas is we still have shows going. So
yeah, rub it the fuck in. Rub it in.
I know.
Rub it in.
It's great. It was actually a really, really good show.
I bet it was.
I have nothing left to sell. I'm just attending shows at this point for to be there, I guess. I don't know. I've got like 2 ball pythons left to sell. I'm vending NARBC Arlington in next month, and I
want to do Arlington so bad.
I have nothing to sell.
Yeah, double. But no, I mean,
yeah,
we have no idea what's going on up here. I mean, I understand. I don't know. I'm just so done with COVID.
I've just decided that I'm gonna believe we're never getting another show here, just so I stop being disappointed when they don't have it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, like there's not even talk of one. Like
No,
before, there was like when
no.
we were just finishing off that first wave type of deal. Before we started hearing that, hey, there's a second wave coming, it was like, yeah, well, we're working with the health officials of Ontario, and we're probably going to have to do shows differently where you have like a 2-hour span and people can come in and buy tickets and do, a 2-hour show and then leave. And then, 45 minutes they take to defumigate the whole place or something like that. And then, another, you have a ticket for the next 2-hour block, and they come on in, and it was a number maximum people at once. I think it was 200 that in that 2-hour span, besides the vendors that could, come in and do their thing. And that was like, okay, well, it'll work, man. It's better than having nothing. We're going to have 5 time slots. And I think it'd be cool for the vendors because, when you're standing behind a table, especially if you go with, yourself or especially by yourself, there when the doors open until the doors leave, you can't go to the bathroom, you can't hey, can you watch my table? And that's why Chris
I can't, you can. Every show I show up just to walk around, somehow end up behind Billy's table and everybody's gone.
It's like hey man, hey guys, what's going on? And they'll start chit chatting. Chris turns around, talks to somebody. Hey Austin, so what's going on? So Billy, where the fuck's Billy? Fucking, that's my cue to leave, man.
Just peaced out.
Very well played.
Yeah, but I think it'd be cool because you could go do a 2-hour block. Everybody's in, and then they leave. You got 45 minutes to readjust or go to the bathroom, eat, not and even look around to some other vendors, and get that time to yourself. And then another block comes in. And I think it'd be cool too, because there's always those people that come in. They're the first ones in line and the last one to leave, and they don't buy nothing.
Yep.
They're just in there. Hey, how you doing? What's this?
They're the zoo people who are there, I guess, don't want to go to the zoo, so they're coming to see all the animals at the reptile show instead.
Yeah, but if you have a 2-hour ticket, and once that 2 hours is up, you gotta go in and buy, and then that's it. I mean, it's done. You can't, just loaf around and mingle. But then I guess when people do come to mingle, that's actually another a big part of having an expo is people get to interact as well. So
yeah, that's my favorite part of the shows is actually, getting to hang out with my friends and seeing people and that kind of stuff. And so that would be the bummer of the short windows is, missing the hangout opportunities.
Yeah. Hey man, what's going on? 30 seconds, go. Okay, cool. Next. It'd be crazy, but you know what? It was something that we talked about that was like, oh, cool. There is something in the works. Yes. And then wave 2, we haven't even heard of a boot and nothing.
Now, that said, I've seen some bands are starting to post 2021 summer tours, and there are Canada dates in July and August. So there might be a light at the end of the tunnel. They might know something we don't, but who knows?
Yeah, I'm hoping.
I hope so for you guys. So there's not even any talk right now of having CRBE in the fall.
Nope, or the WRCE, or Western WRCE. The Western Reptile Canadian Expo. It's the WCRE.
Yep,
Western Canada Reptile Expo. Yeah, I got it. At least I got the vowels right, or the consonants. I got the letters right. So, but yeah, we're missing them. Definitely missing them.
That's a bummer. No, it's fun. I enjoy going to the shows a lot. So I've been kind of thankful that we still have them in Texas. even though it was a little, I was a little nervous going to the first few when, things were still raging. I have my vaccine now, so I'm a little bit less worried, but yeah.
Yeah, and it sucks because, I had quite a few people, even some people in the chat have come up and seen our old facility, you being one of them. And you hung out for a couple days and, it'll be great now once they open the borders and we can travel. Like, I don't even know what the word travel means anymore. Like, it's like, it's been so long. It'd be cool to start having, we can go to shows, we can go to different expos, even if they're not in our own country because we're not allowed to have them or they're not doing it. If we can fly somewhere, I'd do that just to get out and have something is like, oh, I remember these. Man, now I know why I love these things so much because they're cool. We can't even do that.
Yeah.
So
that'll be so great when it opens up again. Like I can't wait to come see the new facility. Having been to the old one and to now actually see it. I see the videos and stuff, but
it'd be awesome.
It'd be really, really cool to see it in person again.
Yeah, and it's I guess by the time they do that, it's going to even transform even more. We got a lot of ideas it's in the works, but we're happy with it.
Yeah.
So, how did you do with the expo? You did all right? Was it busy?
Well, so like I said, I don't have very many snakes left. So I sold one snake and then I turned around and bought another snake that cost like 16 times the amount of the one that I sold. Yeah. So yeah.
That's why we love we say we love the expo so we can meet people and chat. It's so that we can go fucking feed our addiction. That's what it is.
That's exactly what it is.
We just don't say that because we seem like we're real junkies, It's like, no, the real reason why I go is because I like to go and meet all the people and see my friends. No, it's not. It's to go buy more animals, damn it. Don't lie.
Yeah. So
man,
so
crazy. Yep, it sucks.
Out of control. But it was very fun. I got a great animal, so I was very excited about that.
You gonna tell us what it is?
Oh, yeah, so
please tell us what it is.
No, I talked about this last week.
I bought a black-headed python. That's het for Axanthic, and so very exciting. I bought a female. I'm probably going to end up picking up a male that's visual Axanthic at Arlington.
Cool.
So I know I'm nuts about them. I'm trying really hard not to spend my kids' entire college funds on black-headed pythons right now.
Super cool.
I'm really angry because you're going to be breeding them and we can't import them.
Oh, that's so sad.
I know, it sucks.
Yeah, this is another thing.
Texas.
No.
Yeah.
No,
I'm good.
Yeah, that's the thing is there's a lot of stuff that's out there that's awesome that we can't bring in or, it is what it is. It does. Yeah. There's so many awesome species out there and animals.
Can you have them at all, or
there are people up here that breed them, but we can't bring anything that isn't here yet. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yep. So anything new that comes out, like the Axanthic stuff or anything like that?
Yeah, you're just screwed until it randomly pops up in someone's collection.
How did that happen?
Who knows? It was a mystery.
So, how's everything been? Besides, on the, you did get. Oh, I know, I've seen them. You did get back into. Of course, Austin looked it up and he's like, "Here, man, I know they're sick."
Yeah,
they're so cool. They're really pretty.
So, you ended up getting back into your practice, correct?
Yeah. So I'm practicing law now. I work for a judge doing mental health cases. And so it's a pretty great setup. I spend a lot of time on Zoom and trying to get people to take their meds and, all that kind of stuff. It's like 90% social work and 10% law, but it's really fun. It's very rewarding and, I'm enjoying it. So
awesome.
It's going to be long-term. I'm not really sure how everything all fits together because especially as, my reptile stuff scales up, but right now it works and we'll see going forward. At some point I'm going to hit an inflection point and have to make a decision, but not there yet, thankfully.
How is your season going?
So pretty well. So this is a fun story. So I hatched out my first clutch recently. And this was a story Chris almost told last week during the podcast.
Yep.
But so I, back last month when we had the storms in Texas, we lost power for the better part of 3 days. And I had a clutch in my incubator, and I was certain that it was just gone. My room temps, you know, I had no power to my incubator. My room temps got into the 50s. You know, I was sure that there was no way it was going to make it through. And then once we kind of got things back in place, I canceled them, and they still had strong veins. And I was kind of shocked. And I just, you know, kept them cooking, and sure enough, they all hatched. So
Awesome.
I've got,
Nice.
I know.
You should have seen the messages from Kori like during the process.
I was like, what the fuck?
She was like, I have a clutch in the incubator, but I didn't even. She's like, I didn't even look at them.
So they've basically just got super cold. And
But not only that, when their power came back on,
Yeah.
because there was so much else going on in Texas at the time, going to the incubator wasn't one
First
of
thing to
Kori's
do.
first things to
Yeah.
think of. So it went from that cold to
Just
right
really
back to
warm.
temp
To right
super
back,
quick,
yeah. Yeah,
which
it
can
didn't-
also
we didn't-
fuck up eggs.
well, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Like last week, I kind of experienced that too. Like my incubator just broke, or not broke, but
shit.
it got like I don't know what happened, and I wasn't home, and my AC in my room just like
Sensor push.
I know. I from there learned my lesson.
Sensor
But
push.
it did. They all made it. Like they
Nice.
got really
That's
cold
great.
and they all made it.
Good to hear.
Yeah. So I think part of it was they were so far along, like for mine at least, they were so far along in the process that they were past the point of any, you know, major developmental things happening from the
Yeah.
temperature fluctuations. So I think I just kind of lucked out with that. And then I have a UPS battery backup that I have running on my incubator on. And so that bought me a couple of hours before losing stuff. And then it was just apparently a really well-constructed incubator. So
That's good.
yeah, I really lucked out. And so, yeah, so I had that clutch hatched out, and then I have 2 more clutches in my incubator right now. I ultrasounded my girls last week, and I want to say I've got like 5 girls that are either gravid or just about to be gravid, and then another 8 or 9 that are 20 plus millimeters. So we're trucking along. I don't seem
Awesome.
to have I don't seem to have had any major lasting impacts from the storms. I was worried about reabsorptions and that kind of thing. And
Yeah, that's the thing too. You never know. I mean, even, you know, anything that throws them off, moving them.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard horror stories. I didn't have horror stories, but I've actually moved animals when I knew that they were building and they've slugged out on me or they've reabsorbed.
Yeah.
And you've heard people, it's like, yeah, I moved my collection. I still tried breeding, but only 30% of my females went. It's like, damn, you hear these stories. And then we moved a collection right in breeding season while he was already pairing, moved over, and out of, I think, 29 females, 27 laid. And we're like, wow, what the hell? So, and that's
Yeah,
our
who
experience.
knows?
But if I do it again, it'd be like,
I know.
And the other 2 females were the ones I took.
yeah, that is true. That is true. Yeah. So, but to
Well,
be
I
fair,
had-
we picked them out prior.
No, I know.
So,
one of the other clutches I have in my incubator right now, while the girl was gravid, I ended up having to take her to the vet.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that one, Chris?
Uh-huh.
So,
Oh, wow.
So she over the summer got a rat bite to her face, and it got kind of infected, and she had some stuff, and we treated it, and then it kind of went away. But while she was gravid, it reemerged into this giant facial abscess.
ugh.
And so it kind of got to the point where I was like, I'm just going to have to keep her alive. And if I lose the clutch, I lose the clutch. And took her in and got her meds and all that. They, tested for what strain, all that kind of stuff. And so, somehow she made it through with that. So I've
Awesome.
I'm hoping I haven't used all my luck these first couple of.
Yeah, that's the thing too. You have a hell of a good year. It's like, okay,
know.
what? Like this is too good. Something's happening.
It's like every time something good happens with this, I'm like, man, I'm using up my luck right now.
Yep.
I'm just waiting for the bad. So
That's
it all
awesome.
has a way of evening out.
That's good. Oh, I mean, that's
Yeah.
great because, I mean, with everything going on with COVID and that bullshit and the storms that hit Texas and all the other bullshit that's coming along, and it's nuts. And at least, hey, you're starting to get, you're not getting kicked and then jumped on and then kicked and like, wow. So
Yeah.
You know, at
And
least
no, there are definitely people out there who have through all of this. So I consider myself very fortunate.
yeah, and
could've been
it
so much worse.
sucks.
Yeah.
But you know, hopefully, I mean, many people bounce back, or you know, everything,
Yep.
you know, it's left behind, and everything moves forward in a positive note. But I mean, it happens. I've had shitty years, and I've had successful years that are shitty. Chris 2 years ago had a successful year. Pairings, animals, all fucking males. You know, so you can be successful but still fail. You know, depending on what you want to do. But at least you know we got experience, and you know turned around last year. He didn't give up. You know, did more, and you know, it's going to be cool to see what's coming for him and Nick, and you know the stuff that they've invested in and the stuff that they held back, and
but the stuff we would have held back from that 2 years ago would have been breeding this year. That's what sucks.
Yeah, well, you know, you can't have all the fucking silver linings. Like, come on. But yeah, I mean, you know, it's good because when you know, shit happens, and if you can bounce back from it, it's usually you know more. Well, it's going to definitely be more rewarding, but. You know, it's worth it to me. So, I mean, it just sucks how, you know, so much shit has happened over the last, you know, well, I could say over the last year, just when COVID hit and people's livelihoods and their jobs and, you know, family members dying. And then it's nuts. The weather systems, like it's crazy what's going on in the world right now. So, you know, hopefully, you know, we can forget all about that, spend time with our animals, do what we do best, and care for them, feed them, breed them, enjoy them, and hopefully bounce back from all the shit that happens. And when the world comes back to some sort of normal, you know, we can sort of sit back and laugh. Remember that year when we lost power? What the fuck? Like, that was crazy. Now look at us. Like, you know, it just sucks. You know, that's time. Like, this is horrifying to many people. In 5 years from now, if they bounce back, it's like, hey, it's a story now. No way, that really happened. Yeah, I remember that. You were part of that. You know, it's sort of, you know, it just shows, you know, people down the road that, hey, you know what, don't give up, and you know, it's.
Yeah, no, I mean that's the thing with this hobby in general. It's such a long game. Like, you can't ever think your fortunes are going to change in one particular season. You got to be looking way down the road, because they're animals, and you know, living things don't always cooperate the way you want them to.
Yeah, and then we got to play with the odds. The odds are against us sometimes, and you know, just you name it. One question too, I'll bring it up. I mean, you know, you know, hopefully people out there are like, why the fuck do you have to remind me? How's the rat? You know, because I know that people, I've heard it mentioned to some places, but in some podcasts and stuff. Now people's animals, now they got the power on, they're, you know, they're trying to get them back to health and back to normal, whether they lose a season or not. People aren't giving a shit about having a season. They're caring about getting their animals back and, you know, back into the thing. But one thing that was really affected were rat breeders. What's happening down there because I'm sure that's devastating, just because that's something you can't really bounce back from. That you got to start all over and build your colonies and,
absolutely. No, I breed rats myself. And so we had rats in our, I keep them in my garage, and, you know, temps there got very, very cold. I had my rat racks covered with sleeping bags, you know, all sorts of stuff to keep them going. I lost a handful of pinks, but didn't lose too much, thankfully. I have a number of friends who lost a lot. And so I even, I spent one weekend recently and drove a bunch of rats to a friend who lost like most of his breeding operation.
Fuck.
There were like three of us that just kind of converged from different parts of the state and brought him a bunch of rats to get going again. And yeah, I fortunately don't have to, because I breed my own stuff and I'm mostly relying on that plus a little bit of frozen, but I haven't had any big consequences from it, but a lot of people definitely were hit hard.
Yeah, I mean that sucks,
and it's such a long path to come back from it.
100%.
You're looking at like
6-7 months. Yeah,
to get back to operation, and you know you've got baby season coming before then, and so
I'm happy to hear that Kori doesn't have any production problems, because the last time I had to hear about her buying rats, I just laughed because I do that every week.
So annoying. So fucking annoying.
She was like, "Are rats always this expensive?"
expensive.
Yeah, they are.
Welcome to the fucking club.
Oh my god. I don't know how you guys do that. It's so
Work hard, make
expensive.
money to pay for the
Debt.
Yeah.
There's no way that I would be able to cash flow like anytime soon if I had to pay for feeders on a regular basis. It's so expensive.
Yeah,
You're like,
you're
yeah.
preaching to the choir. You're preaching to the choir. Like, it's nuts. All of us here, rodents and food. So we all know.
Me and Nick we're actually just starting to talk about getting a couple of rat racks up and going just as a supplement because it's getting to be a lot.
I don't know.
Man. So Kori, that clutch that you had hatched,
Yeah.
you want to tell everybody what it was?
Yeah, sure. So it was Mojave Huffman het hypo stuff. So I have a pastel Huffman het hypo, 2 Mojave Huffman het hypos, and then a pastel Mojave Huffman hypo.
That thing's crazy.
Cool.
Have you seen it?
Which
Billy?
is really cool.
No.
It actually is a really neat animal. It's both like at the same time like super dirty and clean. It's a super weird thing. But,
The way you said that was sort of scary. It's like super dirty and
super
clean.
dirty. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, you got to watch this video. It's super dirty, but it's,
It's
clean.
super dirty. But clean.
What the heck?
What the fuck?
What kind of video?
Wow.
Yeah. So I had kind of, it was actually my son's pet pastave who I bred, and I was like, well, God, if I'm going to be keeping this thing around, I might as well make her productive. And so it was kind of it wasn't a clutch I had any real, expectations for, but yeah, that pastel Mojave Huffman was kind of cool. So it's fun when combos work out like that.
It's funny because I tried to do that with Sierra's female that she keeps. We have a pastel lesser named Mango that's just her pet. And I've tried to breed her 2 years, and 2 years in a row, she's completely slugged out on me, except for last year where I got that one tiny boo bag out of her that gave me the baby. So in 2 years, I've had 15 slugs and one 30-gram baby. So she's not.
It's better than nothing.
She's
She's
not.
earning her keep.
No, not at all. I just gave up.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do now, we're going to do our achievement section and the shout outs. We'll get that out of the way. So we can get back into talking. So this is what we do. Ready?
It's time for shoutouts of the week.
First, 1,000 followers on Instagram. I got a few. Oh, I'm not even on here. Father, son, reptiles.
Yep, I seen them.
Yeah,
in
I'm
Very
pretty
cool.
sure they're here. Congratulations, 1,000 followers on Instagram. Well done.
It's really good.
Noah's Ark Animals.
Wow.
Broad Exotics. Or it could be Broad. Broad.
I think it's broad.
Broad Exotics.
You spelled broad wrong. I think it is broad.
It's BROD Exotics. There you go. You figure it out. And Nerdy Girl Pythons. Nerdy Girl Pythons, 1,000. And everyone that I'm mentioning, all their links and will be in the description below. And plus all of our information and Kori's. Check them out. Check it out. Next at 1,500 on Instagram, Super Scale Exotics. Oh, wow. Here we go. 2,500 on Instagram. Lucy Land Ball Pythons.
Very cool.
Kayla.
Nice.
And No Limit Royals. Sick. 2,500. Awesome stuff.
That's awesome.
You know, congratulations to both of you. And then we have 3,000 on Instagram. Beautiful Mutations and Respawn Reptiles. Cool. Beautiful Mutations from Denmark.
Nice. 3,000.
Sick. 3,000. And then, huge jump. Oh, you looked. I was going to...
I didn't even read it though.
Okay, so we're at
I know
3,000.
what it starts with.
Okay. We have a huge jump. How high do you think the jump is from 3,000? What's the next? Take a
It's
guess.
gonna be 15.
Close. 14,000.
What?
Yeah, 14,000 on Instagram. Medusa Official.
Nice.
Yeah,
Wow.
Medusa Official.
Official Medusa.
No, Medusa Official. Medusa Official. Medusa Official.
Say it 5 times fast.
No, I can't. I can't
can't
even
say it
I
one
can't even
time
say it
normally.
once normally. Yeah, come on. You haven't. You know. The worst part is I don't know if it's my mind. I know my sight's starting to go, but my brain's starting to go because I'll be reading. Like I do it all the time. Andrew from Redwood Reptiles. I'm looking at it. Oh, Andrew from, Redwood Exotics. But I'm looking at the word. I can see Redwood Reptiles. And I'm saying exotics. And it's like, how? See if I was just like, Andrew. Oh, Andrew from, and I screwed up. Like, I did that with Tyler for how long?
I think you still do it every once
I
in a
probably
while.
still do it. It's hyped up reptiles, right?
Yes.
Okay. No, I'm just saying. Yeah. So it's.
I'm amazed you're even saying his name on this podcast after what he posted a couple hours ago.
But I always said, morphs. Morphs. And it's like, dude, like, you know what I mean? You don't know by now? I'm like, sorry, dude. I don't know. So, yeah, I can't say that fast. Oh, here's something really cool. Artist of the Week, Medusa's Little Shop of Fun. Creates one-of-a-kind reptile-inspired jewelry. I bet you it's the same person.
No.
It's spelled the same way.
That's why I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's,
How do they spell Medusa?
Meidusa.
Yeah, it's not spelled correctly, so I think it is the same person.
Yeah, Medusa. Medusa's Little Shop of Fun creates one-of-a-kind reptile-inspired jewelry. You gonna check it out? Austin's gonna check it out. But all the links in the description are in the description below, so check them out.
Callie just said it is the same person.
Oh, it is the same person. Thank you, Callie.
Cool.
Capo Pythons behind the scenes.
She's got us covered.
Oh yeah, and just to let everybody know, wrong issue, people.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, that's 1991. I said 93, August. I'm pretty sure it's August of 93.
I don't know. I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah. Okay.
I just laughed.
And it could even be 94. I have to check because when I took the shot, I did it. The photographer had the rights to the shot and sold them. So it was years later. So it wasn't 91. It was 93, 94. So, I mean, maybe I'll just have to find it myself and say, here, guys, there you go. Shit, man. So, anyways. Yes, it's reptiles. Jet Fun. $2 from Tyler. I didn't screw up. We have another one right here. Go ahead. Super chat.
William Philpeck. Hope all of you guys are doing well. I want to hear all the things Morelia that she has going on in her collection.
Oh, cool. Yeah. That's another thing too. What all do you have in your collection? Ball pythons?
So, obviously ball pythons. I have a large carpet python collection as well.
Oh.
Yes, lots of carpet pythons. I should be getting my first carpet python clutch of the year in the next week or so.
Cool.
But yeah, so I have a bunch of different locality carpet pythons of a bunch of different varieties. Jungle, like gelatin jungles are a type that I'm breeding this year. I have Palmerston jungles. I have Brisbane coastals. I have, what else? Rockhampton coastals. I have Nova Guineas.
So you ain't fucking around.
Yeah.
You got a few.
Yeah, I've got breadlie. I have like 8 inland carpet pythons now, which doesn't make any sense. Like no one needs 8 inland carpet pythons, but I have them. So Bruddles pythons, just all sorts of fun stuff. Really, I'm really into the carpet pythons. They're
awesome.
They're one of my favorites. And then I recently got my first green tree pythons. So I've got 2 of those now. They're just little yellow neos right now.
Nice.
And yeah, I love them. That's one I've been wanting for a long time. So it's very exciting. And then black-headed pythons now.
What was that one? What was the last one?
Black-headed pythons.
Sorry?
Black-headed pythons.
I don't think Chris could hear you.
Yeah. As long as Chris can hear.
Yeah. And then I also I have a small collection of hognoses too.
Cool.
Yeah. So
awesome stuff.
a few different things.
It's neat.
Oh, another super chat here. Oh, Jerome Holland.
Thanks for the shout out for 2,500.
Yeah. Yeah. He actually messaged me asking, if he sent his package in October. We got it. Did we? I'm sure we did. No limit?
Yeah. Yeah, we got it.
Yeah, I think we did.
1,000,000%.
Yeah. I'm almost 100%. pretty damn sure.
That's where I got my shirt.
Yeah, but I think he might have sent I think he sent one prior to, at the old facility. I'm not sure, but I know we have it. I know because I've got the stickers for sure. I'm pretty sure we have a shirt too. So
Yeah, we do.
I'm pretty damn sure. You're just not watching all of our Mail Mondays, bro.
Or he's skipping through them and he skipped his.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Christopher Sexton, take it away.
Kori is my Morelia enabler.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He and I message on the Morelia stuff quite regularly. And then are constantly egging the other one on to get stuff. So it's a bad having friends like that. But also so good.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I started using Husbandry Pro this week.
Awesome. Cool.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah. So far, I really like it. I spent probably something like 12 hours on Monday entering animals in.
Yep.
And so that was a little bit tedious, but I really, really like the pairing stuff, how it's organized around the males. And then you have all your girls that are going to that male. And then it's really, really easy to, every, week or so when you're going to pair animals to just, look at your male, like see who's paired recently.
Yep.
Who the next girl is, it makes it easy to make sure you're not missing a girl in the rotation.
Yeah, and you can't,
double.
You can't, if the female's already being paired, if you go and I'm going to pair it to, it's already used. Yeah, I mean it's pretty awesome. And what's cool is once you have a clutch, and you go in and hit reproduction, you can enter all the info, the weights and the clutch and stuff, and then it goes in right into the incubator, and they're under incubation, and then when they hatch, you can go convert to animals.
Yes.
And now those eggs and it's pretty cool. And
I converted my first clutch.
you've already, so you're fucking, congratulations. That's something I haven't done yet.
know.
I'm excited I can't wait to do this. So pretty neat,
No, and I'm really excited as well. I'm not going to keep track of, I've got a whole different system for keeping track of feeding for my breeding animals and that kind of stuff. But for my sales animals, it'll be really nice to keep track of all the meals so that then I can print out the sheet and give it to the buyers and they can have their little record of exactly what that animal's been eating and that kind of stuff. It seems like a really nice little value added kind of feature.
Yeah. Another thing too is we're going to be working on, if you have Husbandry Pro and I sell you an animal, I can send you a file like a CVS file or something. So now it gives you the information that I want to give. And then now you just upload it and all the information. So you don't have to upload the animal into your system. It just basically pops up and gets put right in with all the information I want to give you. And now you continue and it archives in mine.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So super
great.
cool. And with the calendar, because
I wasn't sure how the calendar feature works yet.
So we're going to totally revamp it. So it'll tell you right now when you need to feed your animals, what day, how many, it'll keep track. Hey, you need to order, 32 of these, 65 of those, whatever. Now we're going to actually have it where you can customize the calendar. So say when your female ovulates, you can actually have it where in 4 weeks or 5 weeks, check for eggs. So check for eggs, when the female reproduces and lays eggs, you can go in and say, 50 days, 46 days, set a reminder. So in 46 days, when you open up your dashboard, this female should be laying, this female needs to be fed, this female needs to be paired, this animal should have her eggs out, eggs should be hatching. It's going to tell you. But one thing with us, it only takes us about an hour and a half to pair and enter 100 and some odd animals because we got to look up, go into the chart. Okay, this one here, these 4 animals was bred last week. This was bred the week before. Okay, this animal, and then pair it, scan it, and enter it. I want to have it where, I don't want to have to go and look and touch the dates and see the dates to find out what animal. I want the calendar to tell me, hey, if I breed her today or this week, I want a notification in 3 or 4 weeks to pair her again. Instead of going, which one? Time saving.
Great. Yeah, that's great. Automate everything you can.
Correct. The calendar that we're working on is going to be, super helpful for many things, right?
Yeah. No, that'll be nice too. Just like, when you have your eggs laid, it's always a pain in the butt to like go to a calculator and figure out when 57 days is, looking forward for when my expected hatch date is and all that kind of stuff. And so to have that automatically populate, that'll be great.
Yep. And then remind you that the 56 days are up. Yeah. That's cool too. So it'll automatically populate and then it'll automatically remind you. So a lot of features are coming.
You can just Google 56 days from today and it gives you the exact date, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I do that. Yeah.
Oh,
no,
okay.
I do that for court all the time.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
It's annoying. Yeah. Yeah. No, I
can imagine sitting there and like counting it out. You're like,
no.
Oh shit.
Can you imagine using Husbandry Pro for court? Just like the inmates or all
the judge would love that.
Oh man.
I'm gonna need those type of features later on when I start losing my mind more. Hey Google, what is my name? I'm gonna need that because I'm gonna forget shit.
Oh man.
Well, Siri will do it. Oh, you don't have an iPhone, but Siri does it too. If you're really quick, just putting your clutch in the incubator or something like that. Yeah, you can do it real quick that way too.
Sick.
Little tip for people.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of stuff's coming. I mean, I definitely with the way it is right now, I think it's amazing. A lot of things that we can add and take away or utilize or change, and a lot of people are submitting tickets and getting stuff that's making the app better. And not only for our species, ball pythons, but we got into some tarantulas now. So I want to work with a few people for the tarantula, invertebrates and lizards, and actually have it where we can have other stuff in, so it's useful for all types of species and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I love scanning and beep, beep, done, scan, beep, beep, done. It's super cool. And I've never had any software, so to me, it's just like the king shit.
I previously used Reptile Scan, which had, scanning features too. And one of the big things for me is like, for Reptile Scan, you pay like whatever the amount is and you're done. And I was trying to figure out, well, is it really worth it to have to spend this recurring fee to do Husbandry Pro if I can just use Reptile Scan? But the thing is, I hate Reptile Scan and I don't actually use it now. Like I used it for me until maybe I had 50 animals and then it became kind of unwieldy. So I stopped using it and I've used Google Sheets instead for, the past year or so for all my stuff. And I'm really enjoying it so far.
That's awesome. And I don't know if they've come up with it yet or they'll be announcing it soon, that they actually have it now. If you have Reptile Scan and you have all those animals already implemented there's a way that you can extract it and load it directly into Husbandry Pro.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So, there's a lot of people that are going to go, dude, like now, if I had Reptile Scan and I had 2,000 animals on it, there's no way I'm redoing it. There's no way.
Right.
It's just impossible. It's already taken us months just to get 1,200 in, when we have time. And so we still got another 800 plus to go. But once they're in, we never have to do it again. Everything's just beep, beep, scan, done, enter. It's sick.
Yeah.
So,
no, that's great. I was entering stuff in and I was texting Chris and I was like, man, this is taking me forever. I've been doing this all day. He's like, oh, maybe I'll give it a try. And he started entering a couple in. And then maybe like 2 hours later, he's like, okay, so I got half my collection in. And I was just like, fuck you did.
Yep. I had Callie help, Catherine, myself, and I mean we still got a lot to do, but our main goal was the adults. So the adults we have all in. We can see when we're pairing, when they ovulate, when they our breeding plans in play. We got the new racks in, so we were able to put all the animals in the I guess you want to call it 3D rack system. Yeah. The visual, everything's there to go, and it's been great. Now we just got to sort of take some time and implement that to the rest of the collection, which we're in the works slowly. But no, I'm really happy with it. I'm glad you gave it a try. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get all my racks put together, all my racks done on it. I just got new racks recently, so none of my I don't know where my animals are because I've been moving things around.
We know that too well.
And so I started trying to enter things in, and I was like, wait, I have no idea where these things actually are. So I need to actually do it in front of my racks next time.
Well, what you can do is if you just enter the animals in, then you can actually go to the animal and then you can go in, and if you know what rack it is, you can actually go to the animal and then just assign it to
that's cool.
to the tub.
The funny thing was when I was talking to Kori, when I told her that, when I was like, oh yeah, I've done half. I was at work. I wasn't even in front of my computer, like in front of my animal. So I was doing it off the top, everything off the top of my head.
Jeez.
Like no picture references, nothing. Just, and I was putting them in the right spots in the rack and everything.
Yeah. Well, I had this great idea one time. Chris and I were going to do a live, and I was like, let's talk about our systems for keeping track of things. And he's like, yeah, my system is called my brain.
Yeah. My system's called I don't have when I remember it all. Yep.
Crazy. So what's going on?
I love systems.
So what's going on with you? Anything new and exciting?
Yeah, Chris.
I don't know.
I woke up, I ate, went to work, I'm here.
I don't even know if I woke up yet.
Oh, man.
Anything new exciting over in your
Get to
place?
do Monday
No,
all over.
nothing. I just went to Nick's yesterday, ultrasounded everything. He's going to have a much later year than I am at my place. Yeah, he's got maybe 1 or 2 animals that are like over 25 millimeters, and that's it. Where I probably have 12 to 15 females, and like 3 or 4 of them ready to
Ovulate
have
soon?
their ready to ovulate or have their prelay shed anytime now.
Cool.
Great.
So yeah, not complaining.
How about you? What's going on over there?
Later, probably tonight, I have to cut a few eggs.
Nice.
Oh, really? Sick.
Look at you.
It's like 25 eggs I need to cut.
25?
25, really?
Well, I have a clutch that has like
Ball
9
pythons.
Ball pythons, and then the other one's my carpet python. It has 16.
Oh, nice.
Oh, damn.
25.
What was
this guy.
your carpet python pairing?
Oh, it was just jungle carpets. Yeah.
Sick. Is that your first time?
No, the second time. Last year
Yeah,
I
he
did
had
it
some
too.
last year.
That's great. That's really
I
early
remember,
to get him,
man.
too. Awesome.
Jesus. I can't even remember, Tyler's business name, and you're asking to
Or what day
remember.
Corey's coming on.
They're cool, but
Yeah,
when
there
it
you
comes
go.
to when it comes to assist feeding them, it's a pain.
Probably like the hog nose then. Like it's
Yeah.
fun to have
They're-
them, but the babies are just a
Yeah,
Well, yeah, 'cause they're
I
so
had
tiny.
one. I had one. I had to assist feed for 5 months.
man.
It was not awesome.
I remember
The
you
vanilla
showing-
trick? Try the
I was
vanilla
like,
trick.
at one point, I was like, is it even like I was like popping it. I was like, if this is a boy, I might not even keep feeding this one. But it was a girl, so it got to live.
Yeah, feed it off.
Speaking of the vanilla trick, and even though this has nothing to do with the vanilla itself, you know what I
Yeah.
just did this past week?
Do I want to know?
Bought some of that Da Vinci boa stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't used it yet, so really hoping that helps because that stuff is not cheap.
No, it isn't.
goodness.
But like I said, I
It
mean,
is not.
it works. I mean,
Hey, as long as that works, I don't care how much it costs.
well, I mean, to the point where I went out bought 2 more 1 liter bottles. I mean, I'm not going to go spend money on something and put the extra work in. And I mean, it's a lot of work when we're doing,
Like I said,
100
you're
animals.
not even sponsored by them, right?
No, not at all.
So-
People like, hey man, can you call the? I'm like, dude, I know he's out. They make a batch. When they do, they're gonna, But no, I don't get a kickback or anything. I just supporting and we used it. We had it in September. We used it about 3 or 4 months and noticed a huge difference. We talked about it in December or January, and now everyone's jumping on it. And I hope people are getting the same results as we are.
have you tried it on breeder males that are off food?
Yeah. What are we doing, Austin?
Everything that doesn't eat.
But is it working for the breeder males as well?
Works on anything.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
There's
That's
still-
what I want it for.
Yeah, so here's the thing. There
know
was
what?
one that didn't eat, and we're like, oh, but we kept giving it every week, and now it's like, wow, and that's the blackhead lav.
Yeah, easy. I don't even
Like,
know how,
yeah, like I had a blackhead lavender. We bred them. We pushed them a little bit, last year. Stopped eating. Like, come on, eat, dude. Wow, come on, dude, eat. Tenting at the back, like you could see. I'm like, wow, and like, come on, dude, like let's get doing it. And even the Da Vinci wasn't working for a while. We're like, no, wow, we're gonna lose this one. Fuck, like you know
Yeah.
what? If you're not smart enough to eat, like
Right.
I don't think have we ever assist fed an adult? I don't think so. I don't even think I've ever assist fed. So some people will message me. It's like, hey, my animal's not eating. It's been 3 months or so. Can I assist feed? I don't. You know, if an animal is not eating on its own, I mean, in the wild, it's going to die. I don't assist feed. I only assist feed hatchlings to get them going, and it's up to them if they want to live or not. Sort of that's just me, right?
Yeah.
And cruel or not, whatever. I mean, that's just something I do because I don't want to.
But you also have to wonder, an animal that doesn't want to eat, like, is that a trait that it's going to pass on to its offspring as well? And is that, really what you want to be breeding for anyway?
Yeah.
So,
you never know, right? And there's a lot of things too where it's amazing that this animal's back eating now, and I mean we're gonna breed him again later this year. But it was like we wrote him off. Like we wrote him off. Like the first thing we knew was like, is this guy dead yet? Opening him up the tub to seeing if he's dead, and the Da Vinci stuff has brought him back to life, or like made him eat. And I've used it quite a bit with a big months with 60, 70, 80 animals, and I'm buying more of it, and I'm going to consistently use it. Whether that's the magic trick or not, I don't know, but it's not harmful. It is a big expense, and it is a lot of work. But for me, that it's worth it, and I'm doing it because we see the positive effects.
Is there a scenario where you found it to be the most useful, like that situation of a male who's been breeding and goes off food and is kind of starting to waste a bit? Is that where you see it particularly useful, or are there other? Is it good for walling girls? Are there specific scenarios where it's most useful? Well,
I know that. I mean, you think if a female's laying on eggs and gives the eggs and hasn't eaten in quite a few months, now here's a shot, here's some supplements, here's a bit of stuff. Just to start kickstarting her. And I know, I believe he was saying that for his boas, he's been using it for many, many, many years, prior to laying and after laying, just to give them more supplements and stuff like that. And, Bod's Exotics, reptiles, Jeremy, I saw him post, and I'm like, wow. And that's the thing I tell people. When you see something, oh, man, that stuff's not going to work. Well, how the fuck do you know if you don't try it? And I say that if you hear something, oh man, drop your temps here and blah, blah. Like Kori Woods. Kori Woods comes out, yep, I turn my fucking room off. I go down to like 60 or 70 for 4 days, and I turn back on the power. What? Say that again? Yeah. He does it, and he did it by a fluke. And he saw amazing success. Am I going to go out and try it? Probably not. Because I have, when I shut the power down, I have, 2,000 snakes. Oh, it didn't work for me. Well, I just lost this whole season. But if you have a small collection or a room, or you want to test one rack, try it. You never know. It could be, hey, Billy, you're fucking missing out. Damn it. And then I'll do it down the road because everyone else is doing it. But if you don't try something, you're never going to fucking learn or know or find out. And what works for me here obviously doesn't work for you in Texas, because, Earl, trying to pump out 80, 90, Lone Star, Earl, I talked to him quite a bit and just an awesome guy. And he's like, Billy, man, I wish I had your problems. I got to pump out 80, 90. I got 80, 90 and pumping it out. I got more fans pumping that shit out than anything else. And I'm like, wow, we need as much as we can here. So, we can use cocoa and wet it and have this fucking humidity rise. You guys do it. Your collection's dead, Yep. Do what works for you, but listen, and that's the thing. I saw it, we tried it, and Austin's like, oh, fuck, dude, really? I'm like, let's just do it. It's not going to hurt. Let's do it. And then, Austin's like, oh, my God, it actually worked. And Billy, this one ain't what? And it's exciting because now our animals, by putting in a little bit of money and a little bit of extra work, are healthier than they were 6 months ago. And is every single eat? No, but we've had a hell of a, even if it eats once and doesn't eat again for a month, it's still something that it didn't have.
It's better than it was, right?
We had an animal didn't eat over a year, probably 13 months. Didn't look bad, didn't look unfit. It wasn't even losing life. Just hit that 1,000, 1,100 gram wall and did not eat for 13 months. Couple Da Vinci. Oh, but that's probably because it is what it is. But you know what? Because we've had, 40, 50 animals go on to food after we've been dosing it for a couple weeks, it's not just a coincidence, I don't think. But I think to your question, for males that aren't eating, Brian Gundy, when we did the interview with him, the podcast, he didn't want to go on air and say it. I know what he's saying. You might want to message Brian Gundy and say, hey, Billy told me, or he was saying something about the podcast. There's a supplement that you can give your males to get help get them back on food. Message Brian, Mr. Gundy. So, but I'm sort of using because I can't get that here. So I'm sort of using the Da Vinci Boa, for that.
Yeah.
That was my purpose. My purpose
Right.
was like, oh, you know what? Getting these males, because that's what I've been having the most.
So that's the scenario you're trying to focus on most is males that shut down while breeding.
Well, that's my major one, because if a
Okay.
female stops eating for 3
Right.
months or so, it happens. She'll
Right.
eat, but you know what? It sucks
Yeah.
because it throws her off my breeding plan this year or what have you. But a male, especially a male that you're breeding multiple animals,
Yep.
if he stops eating after 3 weeks, dude, you're done.
Yep.
You better start eating 2 or 3 weeks in a row before I throw you back in rotation. And that's what hurts the most is like, man,
Right.
I got this animal. I bred one female. I got 4 more lined up for him. He's not eating. This fucking sucks. And then, of course, let me see another male. And if you're not male heavy, it's like, well, if I take him to put to these animals now I'm pulling him away from my original intentions, and it's a shit show. So,
Yep. Yep.
So
Yeah,
now I'm
there's-
actually even having backup males.
Oh, I keep backup males for most of the projects I care about.
Smart.
I almost always have backup males because I've had way too many times where the male shuts down or he's not quite ready at the beginning of the season and I need to start breeding some girls or, all of those kinds of things happen. So
Holy shit. We talk about Earl and he pops up in the fucking chat. What the hell, Earl? What's going on, man? Austin, how about you? How's your at your place? What do you got? You got stuff in the incubator, right?
Yeah.
3 or 4?
I'm just wondering now. But there's like
Slacking.
three gonna lay this week.
Cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, one my own, and
Wow.
then 2 split clutches with Lord.
Oh, cool.
And then we're cutting a split clutch it with him later tonight.
Oh, cool. So it's not all you.
Yeah.
See that?
The
see-
carpets are.
Yeah, it's yours. So
yeah.
you could have said, you know what, man, you're taking all the cred for you.
I'm not
You know what
taking
you
all
should
the
have said?
credit.
Yeah, I have 26 eggs.
Even that
Yeah,
last
26.
hypo pied clutch, he was a split clutch with us.
Yeah, I mentioned it
He's
so
been
many
taking-
times.
You're
No,
taking all the
no,
cred. No, we can go
Well,
back.
here's the
You're
thing.
taking all
single
the
time.
cred.
Here's the thing.
I just
Austin's
didn't say
coming to
anything.
my place and record 2 videos, so it's like he's getting content out of it too.
Right, but the thing is
but
everybody
every
here going,
time-
Lord Elion, man, fucking, he's the god.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it's half a fucking alliance. Gotta give up
Well,
props, bro.
Every time I have a clutch with him, I always mention him. So
Of course, see that?
yeah.
I'm
We
not.
gotta teach you some etiquette.
I'm not taking any credit. I just sometimes forget. Like it's-
Oh yeah, throw my fucking scenarios up, hey? Well, you forget all the time, Billy. Can't I? Yeah, but I have a reason. I'm
Yeah.
old. oh man, that's a great crew, man.
Yeah, then there's like 10 more that are gonna lay in the next month.
So what do you think you're gonna hit
Wow.
this year total?
Well,
30,
maybe
40?
60.
Holy fuck!
Last
wow.
year, last year I passed 50.
wow.
Yeah, I know you did.
So this year I'm gonna do more.
Oh fuck! See,
I'm not going backwards.
Wow.
sick, eh? What are you expecting, Chris? You said in the 20s, right?
No, more.
Oh, wicked.
Yeah, we have probably 60 females breeding. I'd say we expect anywhere from 35 to 40 clutches.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I hope you hit 50, bro.
I'll be
Me
at
too. That'd
60.
be great, but that
Hope
might
you
be
beat me.
No, that's too many. I do not have the
You
space.
can
for
no.
that.
Never say too many.
It's too many if I don't have places to put them.
oh man.
Yeah, but
No,
when you
I've-
breed them and they come out, they
I've-
sell so fast, and
I've-
you don't
I've
have to put
two.
any effort in, and you know
Oh, okay. Is that how it all works? I've been doing this all wrong.
you're doing it all wrong, man.
No, we have two. We actually have 2 hatchling racks coming in soon anyway. So
Awesome.
Yay.
I won't be too upset if we overproduce. I should say overproduce.
No.
Produce more than we're expecting. That's what I meant.
That's awesome. No, it's great to see people. See, the thing is, I'm not even, you know.
No. All of y'all are doing amazing.
Yeah, no, and the thing is, it's great because I mean, this is Austin's what this year if sixth year, seventh year,
Yeah.
you know, and now he's bam, and most of the stuff you have is power too, and even you, this is your second breeding season, and how many clutches you think you're having?
By yourself. By yourself.
Yeah, by yourself.
By myself, at least 10.
0.
Awesome. 0. Yeah.
No, yeah. Count how many breeders I have at home.
How many males do you have breeding?
I just picked up some off of Billy.
Yeah.
I have a few.
Okay.
Just
No,
picked up a
that's good.
crown.
How many you having with me?
With you?
7.
Probably
more.
7.
No, I think more. At your at your place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then with me, well, maybe
Oh, you're having like another 7.
2, 3.
No,
I don't even know.
I think
That's
it's
the
like
thing.
5 at
I gotta.
least.
That's the thing. I gotta start doing, Husbandry Pro, where you know how it has the breeder loan section. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna actually have that, so now I can go and see like, hey, how many clutches I have with Austin? How many clutches with Chris and Nick? How many clutches with?
None.
Yeah, we do.
Not yet.
No,
You keep forgetting to give me females for that one boy. We don't have the other one yet.
I know. I still gotta do that, but that's coming in too. So we will have some. So.
Hopefully, though, that'd be awesome. Those 2 males are amazing.
So yeah, it's pretty awesome. And then that way, what's cool is we're gonna have a way so that when I put it in my system, if you have it on your system, you can track it as well. Sort of,
That's cool.
so you can both see what happens when it's feeding, or I want to see if we can integrate something like that also. So you don't have to say, hey, how you doing? Did it eat this week? Hey, does it have eggs? Hey, did it lay? Hey, did it do this? You can just go on your Husbandry Pro and look and see, what we've done with it. And it's like, dude, what the fuck? There's nothing on here, man. What the fuck are you doing with my animal?
There's no water. And like,
know?
what the fuck? We have to go get water.
Yeah, you do, because, I've been thirsty. So they're going for their water break.
Stay hydrated, boys.
Stay hydrated. Yeah, bring the water this time. Thank you. Yeah, Jesus. So let's see. 155. Oh, 157 in the house. See?
Oh, now I got to pay attention because the 2 talkative ones are gone.
Yeah. So, is Mike here?
So hard to get a word in edgewise with
Isn't
them.
it? Oh, man.
Hey, Mike's here. Magnitude
Oh,
morphs.
I
What's
thought
going on?
I saw him. What's up, Mike?
Yeah, magnitude.
Oh, people
Wax
asking how many
on.
clutches you're going to have this year, you think?
Oh, Billy.
Billy. Well, I think you should probably answer that as well. But
I mean,
How many,
right
Billy?
now, we are actively pairing 131 females.
Jesus.
Sorry,
Wow.
no. My bad. Right now, actively, we have 131 breeder males breeding.
Oh, my God.
Okay. Now, so we have 131. Now, I think there's about 10 of those. So there's about 10 of those males that I have not assigned on Husbandry Pro a female yet.
Okay.
So they're key ones that, they go with a project or a certain project. It's probably going 1-to-1 or 1-to-2 animals, depending if the females, they're ready, but I don't know if the females are ready yet. So I still have the male in there, but I don't have any females assigned. So what I'm doing is any female that I have that's already building, we actually have, hold on.
We missed a super chat.
Oh, I missed the super chat. Okay, we'll answer that.
Finish your.
You can
I'll
talk
remember.
that as soon as I'm done this. So what happens is I have 131 animal males that are on there because if you go to Husbandry Pro, it'll tell you 131 males, that are active. I believe around 10 of them I don't have an animal to. And the only animals that are on there are ones that I'm actively breeding. So any female that's in my list. So if I have a male with 5 animals, I might have 3 that have already been paired, and then one that is sort of up and coming, and then another one I know she's going to this animal and that's it, even though she's not ready.
Got it.
Because we have so many animals and there's so much going on the last few weeks, I haven't gone around, and we went around and went through and ultrasounded. Oh, here's 17 more females that are starting to build. Now I can take those 7 animals because I've got the new follicle size, in the chart. So I've documented the follicle size. Now I can go, okay, cool. Now I have 17 new females. Now I have to find a male for them and inject them into one of those 131 males. Or if I have a few other males, I can put them in as well. But I think right now, I probably am pairing over 220 females right now.
Wow.
And I'm shooting to pair over 300. So that's my goal this year.
Wow.
So I've got two clutches in the incubator. I think I've got about 17 gravid. I mean, any day they should have eggs dropping, a few ovulations, Things expecting, awesome. And then a bunch that we've just done our second and third locks. So we should be expecting another 30, 40 ovulations in the next month and, keep going. But I know I have a good 100 females at least that haven't even started to build. So they're going to be my May, June, July, where I hit them and, I'll get those October, November babies.
Yep.
So, even some December. So
yep.
Just trying to kill it,
Sounds like you're doing it.
Yeah, well, it's funny because I've done this so many years. You've seen how many clutches and, 1 year we moved all these animals and changed the facility and the atmosphere and the temperatures and the racking because now they're all in Freedom Breeder, my adults, where all my other animals are still in ARS. So is that going to change? I don't know, but it's good seeing a couple animals already lay. Boom, boom. I'm okay, cool, awesome.
Definitely.
So I could have the next 10 clutches come out slugged. I know I've already had a few females reabsorb, but I knew that was going to happen because I missed them. Because when I move them, and here's a little bit of advice for anybody, especially if you're moving. If you're going to move your animals and put them through that kind of stress, move them. You don't want to breed them the next week and fucking stress them out more. And that's what we did. If you notice, when we first had the Freedom Breeders, arrive back in September, maybe September, October, I moved them to the new facility. I had them delivered there. I had them in the front while the back was under construction. And I moved some of the animals that were going to lay first or, some of the higher end animals. And I moved them over to settle in a good 3 months before we started pairing them. And then the other ones were moved, December 31st. December 30th or 31st, we had every single animal that day. We brought every animal from the old facility over, even in the old ARS racks, and we didn't start pairing until at least a month or two later. So the animals were settled, back into food, adjusting, and then we started pairing. But I don't have any guarantees. I mean, I could actually have it where, hey, you paired 300, you only had 50. Fuck. You don't know.
I think that's kind of unlikely.
Well, I'm hoping because I didn't rush them, but I don't think you should move an animal, let them go through that stress, put them in a whole new environment and stuff like that. And then, hey, let's stress them out again and go put them right to breeding when they haven't even had a chance to, absorb the stress that they just went through. So, we've been lucky and great, and I'm glad I did it that way. But I know I'm going to lose, a few. But, I mean, my animals are healthier, and I got them settled in. And I guarantee you if I try to push it and said, fuck it, let's pair them right away, I would have more issues. I'd probably have a lot of stressed out, respiratory infections and animals that aren't eating. So now they're breathing. They're stressed out. Now they're not eating. Now, they're laying. Oh, fuck, slugs. Right. So it's what I decided to do, and I think I did it the right way, and we'll see. So I hope I have a great season, but I'm acting as if we haven't done anything or moved. So,
yeah.
Don't worry. They'll be back in another
45 minutes, yeah.
Right. Will they actually bring water?
Oh, yeah,
they do.
Thank God.
Okay.
Yeah, because they don't want to hear me go off.
All right. We missed
Jason.
We missed a super chat from Jason, Mr. Morph Mixology Reptiles. Said, "What's up, y'all?" I should never say the word y'all. Kori, how's the scaleless head pied doing?
He is doing very, very well. He is eating like a champ. He is not producing follicles yet, but he will probably be in the next couple of months.
I hope he never produces follicles.
Yes.
He can't produce follicles.
Not follicles. Sorry, I meant sperms.
Okay, just correcting you.
I mean, I'd probably be thrilled if it turned out that I had a male and it was producing follicles.
Yeah.
I'd be like, sweet, this is great.
Yeah. No, he's not producing sperm yet, but he will be pretty soon. And he's doing really well. So I have a female possible hep-pied scaleless head that he's going to be going to, and she should be ready. So she'll be ready when he is.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Sweet. Very cool. And you're waiting on some animals right now too, right?
I am. Yeah, I've got 3 animals coming from Canada from Nicole Lyon.
Did you hear when they're coming?
Cool.
I did. So I'm getting my first ones. I'm getting 2 of them in
April 7th?
April.
Did you get in the early one?
Yes, like 2 of them are coming in that one, and then 1 is coming in the next one.
Yeah, I'm probably being able to get on the next one or the one after that. So
okay,
yeah. So I'm gonna be utilizing two different Sam from Reptile Express as well as NBK.
Did you hear his announcement?
About the animals coming back.
What do you mean? About bringing stuff in? Yeah.
Yeah, but bringing stuff. Yeah, I watched it.
Well, I didn't know if you were there the whole time. For some of it, he gave me a hard time
of
for
course
like 20
I
minutes,
did.
and then
I'm
went
like,
quiet.
you didn't see me in the chat. I mean,
I saw
come
you
on
in the chat.
I come on and try to
No, but it's awesome.
troll.
It's going to be way more economical to bring animals up now.
Yeah, 100%.
Which is fantastic.
Oh yeah,
that's
great.
And so it's great because they're always pushing the envelope and trying to do things more and easier and faster and which is great. So, but yeah, I was a part of that. When I can, I support when I can, and I had the podcast right after
Very
that.
Very nice.
Yeah, no.
So I was on before you, and then as soon as I'm like, I would have stayed on even longer, but I had my own to be on.
You were on during me. I felt like this past Friday, every person and their mother decided to schedule a live against my already planned live. There were so many going on.
Mine was booked like 6 weeks in advance. So
I mean,
I take it personally,
like 4
Chris.
months
It was clearly meant as a slight.
It was.
Yep. There's another person. Oh, not another person. It's Andrew from Redwood Reptiles LLC. Shout out to Nicole Lyons also.
Yes.
Sick.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, she's amazing. So I'm picking up 3 black axanthic project well, not males, but animals from her.
Cool.
Two of them are double het black axanthic desert ghosts, and then one of them is a hypo, with some other stuff.
Cool.
She was so rattled to actually let that pair of double hets go though. Like she did not want to let them go.
She didn't want to actually sell them.
No. It's one of those things where you have it listed, but you don't really want to sell it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was in that project so long ago. I got out. That was one of my. Was it one of my most expensive? I brought in 07, 08 the first black axanthic from VPI.
Yeah.
In 07, 08. I tried to breed it at 500-600 grams. Didn't. I ended up selling it off so I can buy my first freeway.
Yeah, I remember hearing that story. That's amazing.
So, now it's like, but it's coming back now finally.
Clearly it worked out very well for you in the long run to make that decision.
Oh yeah, and that's I always say that. Sometimes you give up, but then there's shit that I gave up, like a Mojave Blackhead, 5 years ago, and now it's like all that stuff. It's like, man, if I had that, but I utilized it for something else. And if you have gold and you throw it away and you're getting silver, right? No. So at least I'm doing it, and when the freeway first came out, it was something that is like, what the hell? I had to have it, So, you give something up to gain, and do I wish I still had a lot of that stuff? But you know what? I cannot complain, by losing out to get a freeway back in, 08, 09. So,
Yeah, for me, I made a decision coming in that I wanted to have a couple of projects that were a little bit off the beaten path that weren't what everyone else was doing. And so I specifically picked that one because I wanted to have a recessive project that I could go deep in. That was one that not everyone was working on. So that I could kind of stand out a little bit in that way on a specific project.
And actually get it in with some of the stuff that you have now that a lot of people. Right. So you actually are doing quite a bit of that, which is actually, more fuel for your arsenal.
Trying to.
Yeah. And it comes, right? It's
Yep. It's just like we were talking about before. It's just, it's a long process, and you just have to, you have to, it is. And you just have to
sorry, Kori. No, I was saying that to something else. I apologize.
Okay. No worries. And the hard part for me is sustaining focus for the long run, because I always see something shiny out in the distance.
It's fucking so sick.
Black-headed pythons.
Everything's shiny.
Why focus? Why focus on this thing that I've been doing for 2 years when there's this other thing over there? So,
you know what? I'm actually going to steal something from this little clip. You know what it is? No, don't look all worried. You look all worried,
Okay,
oh my God, what did I do? What is
You
he
should
gonna?
look worried.
No, I'm actually gonna, from now on, when I sell an animal, I'm gonna put it up there, and I'm gonna put #shiny.
Shiny.
Shiny.
You gotta do that. You gotta do that when you buy an animal.
No, #shiny.
Shiny.
So people are like, oh my God, shiny. And it's almost gonna say, oh, I gotta buy it. Shiny.
Yeah,
Shiny.
shiny.
#shiny.
Just put a sparkle filter on it or something.
Yeah, or something like. We have a super chat from Amy, the other half of House of Gaia Pythons. Take it
Mr.
away,
Sell.
Mr. Sell.
We actually have a question from him coming up too.
Oh, we do? Cool.
Love seeing Kori on the podcast. Thanks, Amy.
Yay.
Thank you.
And then
William again. William
Yeah.
Philippek.
big super
I
chat.
did
from
I say
William.
Philippek? It's Philpek.
Is it?
Yeah, there's no Phila. I said Phila.
Where's the?
It's Phil. Oh, it is Philippek.
Yeah, there's a second I in there.
Oh, I didn't see that. I'm looking, but I thought, okay, my bad. I said it right.
He
I said
said
it right.
it wrong. You said it right.
Oh my God, yeah. Because that's what I thought. I'm like, not Philippek, it's Philpek because I said it right. Yeah.
Okay,
He's
so
someone I got to meet at a show.
Awesome.
Yes.
so from William says, now Kori, since you're into the Morelia world, do you plan on incorporating a lot of the selective breeding they do into the ball python morphs? You
Yes.
hopefully know what he's referring to because I don't really know. I just think
Yeah.
it's something that isn't exploited much into the ball pythons.
I completely agree with you. So what he's basically talking about, so in the carpet python world, there's a lot of the, like the really, when you think of a jungle carpet python, it's bright yellow, deep
blacks. Yep.
That is not what they look like in nature. That's been done via selective breeding over many, many, many generations. It's not a morph, but it's just a bunch
Selective
of polygenic traits
breeding,
that people have picked the most yellow animal from this clutch and the most yellow animal from this clutch, and over time developed that characteristic. And it's one of the things you don't see a lot of in the ball python world because we're so blessed with so many different morphs. People kind of focus on the morphs. There are some things where people, have developed lines, like, you've got Barnhart Black Pastel, or a number of things like that, where it's where you're doing more selective breeding to create some of that. But there's not a lot of it that's been done so far, but I think there's a lot of room for it for sure, for really paying attention and picking the best animals and best examples you can find, and really refining some of those traits.
Yeah, that's like basins and tree boas. Like I think the red neonates are more sought after than the yellows. Is that it, or vice versa? Or
Yeah,
I think the red ones.
Generally, I mean, I know in green tree pythons, the reds tend to be more sought after because they tend to throw more melanistic type animals.
Yeah.
And so that tends to be.
So then they hold those back and breed them to other ones, so more selective.
Yeah, all I know is the dark purple ones make people go wild.
Oh, the maroons.
Yeah, they're crazy in person.
Yep. So that's cool.
Yeah, but yeah, there's lots of potential for that in the ball python world, and a lot of times when people get into debate about hurricane versus trick versus blitz. I mean, without going too deep in the area of controversy and whatnot, some of that can be just different lines of the same thing, and there's nothing wrong with something being a different line. Like, in fact, like if they are the same generally, but say hurricane is a really, really well-developed line of it. Not saying that it is, disclaimer, but if that's what's the case, then there's nothing wrong with that. Like it should be sought after because it's beautiful and amazing. So there's room for it.
Kori's talking some shit right now. Did you hear that, everybody?
Disclaimer. Disclaimer.
So speaking of disclaimer and legal shit, my man Antoine from
That was a good segue.
High Desert Pythons. Okay, as a lawyer, what legal issues do you see as a potential problem in our industry that most people might not be aware of?
That's an interesting question.
Yeah, Anton with the
I'm not used to him giving us good questions instead of just terrible puns. And
mom jokes,
dad jokes.
dad jokes.
So there are a lot of different areas that could go, and I'm not a business lawyer to go deep in that direction. But one thing I will say that people don't do enough of is estate planning for their animal collections. It's a really, really big deal. You know, death is coming for all of us eventually. And, you know,
especially if you don't wear a mask.
Right? Or you're going to snake shows in Texas every other weekend.
I'm sorry, I just started laughing because you just reminded me of probably one of my favorite memories of being at Billy's while we still worked there.
As you said that, now he reminded. I try to forget shit like that. I had a certain individual always call me, you know, and this was, you know, way before Patreon. Here you go. I give him some advice, you know, always calling me 3 times a week. Here you go. Here you go. I would look into here, send them to a website. Here, check this out.
Not only that, but you'd always tell him, hey, call me anytime but
Saturday.
Saturdays.
Yeah. So
and he
would message me all the
Saturday.
time or call me, and I would give him advice. Cool, you know, someone excited, you know, going, I want to do this. I got something here. I want to do this. I'm just trying to guide him the right way. And, you know, message me here. And, of course, Saturday, we'd be going, bang. I'm like, no one calls me on Saturday, you know, because they know. Bang. Yep, here it is. What's going on? Yeah, you know, I said, hey, man, Saturdays aren't good. Yeah. Well, I think, 6 Saturdays in a row? Six Saturdays in a row. Meanwhile, I'm talking to him 2 or 3 other times during the week as well. So it's just like, guys, you know, we're here. I got a team here. We got a certain amount of time where, you know, and that was back in the day where we had
everything was paper still. Those were long days. Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, full cleans, no substrate. So it was just a lot of work spraying. You know, that's when we were doing those. I would do a picture for Instagram where we'd have like 6.5 feet of tubs stacked.
Yeah, drying.
You know, air drying.
I visited when you guys were still in that era.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's awesome.
I think that's when you were first converting over to cocoa. I think
Maybe.
He was in the process.
paper,
He was in the process.
Yeah,
of
because
converting.
the adults were on, but the hatchlings weren't.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's
You
exactly
that is
right.
when you were in.
Yep.
Yes. That's awesome. But yeah, so some of the questions were just like so out the left field, like what, you know? And I'm like, wow. You know, and certain things like, hey, I want to buy this animal. And I'm like, you know what? You'd be better off because it's a male spending a little more doing this, blah, blah, blah. Of course, you do the opposite. And it was to the point where when I would give someone advice, it was almost like they would do the opposite, you know, every time.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what? Like, dude, why are you asking me? Everything I tell you to do, in my opinion, you do the opposite. It's like, fuck, you know, why ask me, you know, so that you can actually, you know, everything that I say you do the opposite. I mean, that's your game plan. He called me out of the blue, and the look on my face.
So usually he would pick up the phone and not like put it on speaker. He'd just like he'd roll his eyes and go, okay, again, and sort of walk away and talk to the guy. This time, Billy's like,
Hold on a
"Fuck it,
second.
enough," and he just puts it on speaker right there and just keeps working.
Yeah, can you can you repeat that again? And I guess it was a legitimate question, but I mean, like
It's just so out of left field.
out of left field, and here's someone that's asking for all this advice: what to buy, do this, always doing the opposite. What type of rack should I do? What do you do? Here you go, and then what do I do when I die?
Just out of the blue.
What? You know what I mean? Like I thought you were calling me for ball python advice. What do I do if I die?
Well,
Like-
you don't do anything if you die.
I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? What do you do if you die? With my ball python collection. And I'm like, what? Like, and I'm like, no, I'm like, seriously, are you ill or you know, do you know, do you have like, you know, why is this question coming? Like, I'm getting concerned at this point. And then he's like, no, I'm investing a lot of money and this and that. And, you know, if I die, you know, what does my girlfriend do? I'm like, I don't know. But you know what? It actually sunk home because I'm sitting there going like, fuck, I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing if I die. Like, you know, it's, you know, I at least know that these guys here will take care of the collection and take my half and give it out to whatever, or, you know, let it roll and whatever. I mean, but I definitely do, you know, and that was what, 2 years ago, maybe 3?
3 years ago.
Yeah. And I mean, I still haven't done shit because you see what I'm doing, man. I don't have time to do that. But I mean,
at the time, it
it
was
is
just the
smart.
funniest
You gotta
thing.
do it, Billy.
it is something that I have to do because
Yeah,
one
you
thing
need
is,
to.
because I am incorporated and I'm having, Austin come in as a part owner as well. So, you know, I got to go to do that with the lawyers and get him on title.
Yeah, I
and-
mean,
and-
in your case, since it's a corporation, I mean, it actually is easier in a lot of ways because you can just do succession planning within the corporation, and
Right.
it's not going to be part of your estate. And so that in a lot of ways makes it easier.
If I'm dead, I want to give a fuck, so I'm not
Well,
going to bother.
you should, because you have people that you know what I mean?
Because
Like,
you have people you love about,
Right.
you love and care about. And
I
want,
do?
You know, well, I think you do.
you should.
And you don't want to make their lives awful and miserable trying to figure out what to do with these animals
But
that they don't know how to take
that's
care
life.
of and feed or what
I
they're
have
worth
I
or
have
how
a
to-
business
It
partner.
doesn't
He can
have to
handle it.
be. Do you have legal documentation about your business stating that he has ownership and how that all is divided? And
No,
what-
because
Nope.
nobody even knows they
Succession.
exist, so he can just come take them, and it won't be a problem for anybody.
So
Not how it works.
yeah, but it
Yeah,
does, because
it
you know
is
what?
now.
When shit hits the fan, people change. You know what I mean? Like, oh,
That's how big lawsuits happen. Is people think that they can trust the people around them, and then they die, and then they can't, because at the end of the day, people see dollar signs and want money.
correct. I totally agree. And I mean, that's what happens. It's like, oh, you know, respect goes out the window, and
Yep.
fucking dollar signs start fucking flashing, and greed.
Yep.
You see
It
it in
happens
fucking
really, really fast, and I've seen it happen
many times.
Many times.
I totally agree, and yeah, it is something that I do. But it's funny, like Chris said, it's just like I'm like, what? It's just way off field. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? We're talking about, you know,
Reading loans?
no. We're talking about that person that would call all the time. Don't call on Saturday. It would always call on Saturday. And then, what do I do if I die? I'm like, what?
Oh, geez.
Yeah, remember that one?
Yep.
So,
Yeah, but
very good
plans
topic. Yeah.
so that your people don't and it's usually not that hard to do. Usually it can be as simple as have a basic will. Everyone needs to have a will, no matter what. Like, have a will, and then have a letter that's to your executor that just spells out, these are my animals, this is what I want you to do with these things.
Yep.
And it can be as simple as that, but just having that in place keeps you from having just huge amounts of pain in the people that you love's lives after you're gone.
But guess who
Yeah.
still doesn't have to deal with it?
Fucking guy. He has a fucking valid point, but come on now. Like,
Why
what
are
a
we
dick.
even friends? I don't know.
Yeah, it's rough, eh? It's like, you know, yin and yang.
Poor Nick.
Right?
Oh,
Should be like,
Seriously.
Poor Nick, poor Sierra.
Well, yeah, yeah.
it's gonna be like, yeah, it's all in Chris's head. It's like, oh
Yeah,
man,
just wait.
shoot.
Just wait
Oh,
until
yeah.
the, like epic Sierra
what?
version.
I didn't even think of that. All the info for our stuff is right here.
Yeah, no duh.
Yeah,
You
that's
told
the
us
other
earlier.
No idea what paired to anything.
Right.
Oh my God.
That's-
Yeah, you're like
Yeah.
Austin back in the day.
Clutch cards at least.
You know, you need the husbandry pro.
Oh,
Like,
that
fuck-
sucks for Nick.
Do you have
Good luck, buddy.
Do you have clutch cards at least?
What? No. I
No,
don't write
what?
stuff down.
Austin, as of last year, didn't have fucking labels on his fucking tubs. No labels, nothing, just memory. Which, yeah. So
God bless. My brain doesn't work that well. I need all of the notes and reminders I can possibly get on everything.
well, now he's husbandry pro. We're in the process
There
of
we go.
getting everything up and running on it. So
It's all the water.
it's all the water. We have a super chat from Kane. Take it away.
I had some eggs incubating at a high temp than I expected at 90.5 to 91.5 for the first 3 weeks. I lowered it to 89 to 90. Will they be okay?
You know what? I mean, 95, 90. Yeah.
I would have left it.
Honestly, at that,
It's not that big of a.
that's a very
Yeah, if it was 95 and you dropped it to
Oh, 100%.
87, fucking done.
But even
But
that
you know?
temperature you had it at, it's not necessarily bad.
I personally, I talked about this on another podcast. I've always been 89.5 because everybody was back in the day was 88 to 90. And I'm like, well, you know, I'd rather do 90, 89. And then you know what? It always fluctuated a little. So I'm like, let me do 89.5 because, you know, in my incubator, sometimes it would be like 88 at the bottom and then a little warmer at the top. And so I figured 89.5 was the one dialed in. So I'd always be around 88 plus. 91.5, I've never ventured.
That's a little high. But
Yeah,
the
I think-
90.5,
I think
it's doable.
90.5, but 89, 90 is actually great. Like I said, I'm 89.5. What do you incubate at? 89?
Right now, I'm at 90.5. We talked about this last week. I'm attempting to go a little hotter.
Oh, really?
Yep. I have one clutch at 90 and a half, so we'll see. It's got, I think, 3 weeks left. So
Does your room get warm in the summer, or does it stay?
yeah, my snake room's always between like 82 and 84.
Okay.
When it hits like 84, 85, I just turn all the heat off. So
What do you incubate at, Kori?
So I have my incubator set at 89.5, and it's probably inside the box is half a degree or so cooler than that. But yeah, that's what I have it set up.
Cool. We have another one too. Baller's Garage.
If anyone is having trouble with cocoa molding mix in 30 to 40% cypress, it's 100% cured it for me.
So if anyone
So
has
mix
trouble
it.
with cocoa,
With cocoa,
Mix
molding.
Mix it with 30 to 40% cypress mulch.
Oh.
so I guess it makes it a little bit drier.
Yeah, I bet you the cypress saps a little bit of the moisture out
Wicks
of the
it.
cocoa. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
but not
basically-
not enough to affect your overall humidity.
Yeah.
See, with me, I used to use cypress mulch, and I had
lots of
problems with it molding. Like
But were
cypress
you-
mulch
but you
molds.
were you over wetting it?
Were you having to keep it wet because you had low
That's
humidity
because
in
you
your house?
need so it depends where you are, because if you're trying to add like
I wasn't
lots
really
of
trying to
water.
add water to it. It was just the
Well,
way
we
it
even had issues at the old facility with some of the cocoa
Yeah.
because we were having it way too wet sometimes. We were doing it, and then we would have little bits of mold. But now, I mean, actually, we're hardly doing that at all.
Yeah, but when I switched to cocoa, I had no issues.
Yeah. So, but that's cool. I mean, so anyone that is having issues, like you said,
Try it.
30 to 40% cypress. Cool. And they're probably both the same price, roughly. So it's not like you're like, oh, fuck, I got to go and this is so expensive. It's probably usually the same thing and you're just mixing it, right?
I think cypress is actually a little bit cheaper.
Cheaper.
Yeah.
if you
I
go
was
to the
going to
garden
say.
Oh, even better. There
Yeah.
you go.
You just have to find a 100% natural one. But yeah.
Cool. Sick. AK Morphs in the house. Anna.
Hey. Hey, Anna. Anna just got her first clutch, y'all.
I know. Saying that in the in the clutch.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
In the
I
chat.
can't see the comments.
I mean,
Well, that's
on
good
this.
because the comments. I mean, if we let you see them, even though it's happening down the road,
I'd be all just. I know.
you'd
I'd
be all
distracted
distracted because
reading and wouldn't-
sometimes I do that too. You just see me zoned out.
you know how the comments get, Kori. You don't need to see them.
I do. It's true. It's true.
They are funny.
Yeah,
and
there's some
then we
good
got
ones
we
I'll go
got
back afterwards and read them all.
yeah we got some characters in the house like our man Paul Seraphim.
Oh my God.
What the hell? Oh my God. So like here's Paul. So Paul's awesome. We love him, but he's an animal. So here's and he's everything's in capitals. Okay, so he stands out already. I don't mind it wet. Okay, so that's one of the comments. So so that'll just tell you
Moist.
the character. Yeah,
Hold on.
but he's awesome.
Read the next one though.
The next one is like, what are we talking about again?
It makes it so much better.
As
Amazing.
long as whatever gets wet doesn't get moldy.
Oh,
That's true.
No,
That's very true.
No.
I think he's good.
It's very true. You were correct.
Yeah. Keep it down, Paul. Keep it down. Oh, my God. But, yeah, congratulations to Anna. First fucking clutch. Sick.
Yep.
First of very, very many. First of very, very many, which is awesome to see, Somebody,
She's set up to do so great. She's gonna be killing.
Yeah, we
it.
talked about that. I mean, it's great, and that's the thing. It's, people, they go after something or they have a vision and they put it in, and as long as you put in the time, because I mean that's what we got to do is we got to put an animal in, raise it, learn about it. Hopefully you get excited looking at it and watching it grow and like, oh my God, look at the size of it. And, you get that excitement and enjoyment and the beauty out of the beauty of the animal. And you put that time in the work, and guess what? Congratulations, there it is. And once they go in and they hatch, holy fuck! Like you can't wait for the next ones. And when's this happening again?
It's like,
I need more.
It's a high that just doesn't stop. Like there is nothing better than watching babies come out of their eggs. Like it is my favorite. When I have pippers, I will just spend hours sitting in front of my incubator watching heads. It's so much fun.
We don't allow pippers.
Yeah, our pippers, we get like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, get back in the egg. Like, yeah.
Billy legitimately yells at them before he turns the camera on. Just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like, you're not supposed to do that here.
Pretty funny.
It's like, man.
They're always doing it like 5 days early.
Yeah, and they're always like 48, 49, where it's like, oh, I'm going to go see if they're, if they're starting to dimple right now, if we can cut them early. They're already out of the fucking egg, some of them. I'm like, are you kidding? Day 48 out of the egg? Like, Dude, that
does
doesn't
not happen to me.
Yeah, that shit doesn't go on here, man. That isn't cool. You know what I mean? But, it is what it is. Oh, here we go. Kenneth Andrew.
I think this is directed to Chad. I'm not sure. But EAD.
EAD, Chad. EAD.
It didn't say Chad in the super chat.
Okay.
Just EAD?
It's okay.
Oh.
We're directing it towards him.
Kenneth Andrew.
No, but seriously, thank you, Billy, for helping me decide on how to create a very helpful breeding guide. Thanks, man.
You're very welcome, man. That's awesome.
Did I tell you that we decided we're going to wait till eggs pip before we cut this year?
What?
Oh, are you?
Yep. Just want to see if it makes a difference.
Are you feeling okay?
No, I hate it. I hate it so much.
Why are you doing it?
I mean,
I just want to see if it makes a difference. I want to see
Do
if
it for
there's
two
any-
clutches.
last year I did that
Did
with
you?
just one clutch, and I didn't really see a difference.
No, I just want to see because
No, you probably won't. The only thing is like on YouTube, I've actually cut a clutch. And that's what they mean. People were saying, oh, the reason why they get tangled umbilical cords is because they cut too early. I've cut a fucking, I've cut one, and all of a sudden, I've opened it up. I'm like, oh, guys, I've had to assist it a second after I fucking cut it.
Yeah.
The umbilical was already tangled. I saved the animal.
That's what
And
happened
sometimes-
to that snake I had that had the tied umbilicus. I cut it open and
Yep.
Right.
it was already done.
But no, the reason why they do that is because we cut it early, and it makes them fucking move around too much. Like, shut the fuck up.
Some people go and put their whole finger in the egg,
Yeah.
Pull the entire
Pull them
snake out.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
okay
no,
with
I
that.
mean,
but cutting is cool.
And another thing too, I'll say it now, and I keep saying it over and over. We do not cut on a certain day. We like to go in at day 48 and 49, burp the tub, see. You look and see how the egg looks. I've had some that I've waited till 55 to cut.
Yep.
I've had some to cut just the way the eggs looked and feel.
And if you can feel the baby inside.
And you can feel the baby moving and so it's not what day do you cut? 52? No, I cut 48, 49, 50, 51, 50. It depends on how the eggs look. Okay?
And so that's a skill you've picked up from, thousands of clutches. that you
Correct.
hatched. Is you know what you're looking for. Someone who's, hatching their first clutch isn't going to know necessarily, what those eggs look like for what those,
Oh,
those
speaking
lines
of
are.
speaking of this project, of this topic, my man right there, Joe, Empire State Exotics, he messaged me on Thursday, because this is his first clutch ever, and he's like, "Hey, dude, blah blah blah, I did this, and they look good," and I'm like, it's day 55 on Monday, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, well, it depends. I mean, what day do you cut? And I said, I don't cut on a day, depending how I look. He sent me a picture. They started the dimple. And he's like, okay, well, I've left them alone. I'm like, hey, after week 7, you can open up the tub, burp it, wipe off all the condensation, make sure the eggs are dry. The development's done. You're not going to harm it. And he's like, oh, I'll check in 5 more days to see how they are. No, you can open up the tub daily, And he looked and he felt, and I talked to him, I believe on Saturday, and he was like, yeah, you know what, maybe, day 55 is Monday. I think I'm going to cut on Sunday. And I'm like, you know what, they look good. It's totally up to you. But you got to feel. And so he goes, yeah, I can. And he just left the super chat saying, Billy, I couldn't wait. I cut the clutch, 7 eggs, 5 bananas. The fire banana clown is the dad. They're all perfect.
Awesome.
Sick.
Yay!
Fucking
That's
congratulations,
awesome.
Joe. That's so sick.
So they're
That's awesome.
Yeah, but that's the thing. He showed me a picture, but he was like, he burped the tub, and he goes, oh, I'll check them in 5 days. Like, no, you can check them daily at that point.
Yeah.
Looking for the pip. And depending on where it was in the incubator or the temps, we've gone at, like I said, at day 48 to look to see if we have a pip, or I want to look to see if before they pip, I want to feel them to cut. That's what I do on YouTube. And it's not because I do YouTube. I've been doing it before YouTube. So it's not, oh, he only does that to get views. No, I don't. I fucking been doing it for 10 years. I've been using scissors for 10 years. I've been getting shit that they're the worst thing ever. Oh, yeah. It is what it is. But I look, and I've gone in and pulled the thing out, and like, dude, I've had some already pip with their heads out. Like, dude, what the hell? And I've had some actually out of the egg at, I think, 48, 49?
Yep.
That pied clutch, you had 2 of them out.
Totally out of the egg. I'm like, what the fuck? So if some come out on their own at day 48 or 49, and I cut at 50 or 52, what?
Yeah. What's the difference?
It is. It's like it depends on the eggs, the animals, the where they were, But congratulations, Joe. That's fucking awesome.
That's really great.
Yeah, only because
First clutch ever.
only because Google says cut day 55, or I think it says it doesn't mean it's right.
Correct. You know, and do what works for you. Try it. If you don't like it, don't do it. If you don't feel comfortable, don't do it. If you rather use a razor, do what works and what makes you feel comfortable. Okay?
Absolutely.
I ain't going to shit on you because you let them pip. I ain't going to shit on you because you use a razor. So don't fucking shit on me because I cut with scissors. It's that simple. Do what the fuck you want to do, and I'll do what the fuck I want to do, and we can still love our hobby, talk, be friends, be cool. You know? That's like, you know how stupid that is? Oh, Earl, all those fucking people in Texas, Earl, Kori, they don't use coconut husk for their fucking ball pythons. They're a bunch of fucking idiots. Oh, fuck, they got to use coconut husk, because coconut husk is the best fucking shit for ball pythons. Can't believe they don't use it. They're stupid. They're fucking idiots. Oh, they're doing things wrong, those poor ball pythons. Look how stupid that is. Do what works for you. If they did use coconut husk, they would fucking have dead animals, or they would have respiratory infections because they'd have like 120-degree humidity. Those animals couldn't fucking breathe. Like, do what works for you and be happy with it, you know? And I've owned it. You know, people were always shitting on me. You know, hey, man, fuck, you shouldn't do that. Why shouldn't I? It works for me. Yeah. I feel comfortable doing it. Snip, snip, snip. Snip, snip, snip. Now, other people are like, holy shit, I've tried it. Actually, I like it better. Holy fuck. Wow. There's another way to do something, people. Wow. Mind blown. Crazy. But, wow. Anyways, that is awesome. Yep. That's another person. Anna, first clutch, you know, dropped. Joe from Empire State Exotics, first hatch. Congratulations. First of many. He's got a fucking arsenal of animals, of crazy shit that, like, wow, that's his first clutch. Wait till you see the next one. So now he's like, man, I got this. I can do this. He's got confidence. Man, watch the fuck out. And that's the thing. When you first got this, Kori, when you did it, you're probably like everyone else, like, oh my God, am I doing it right? Or checking.
Oh, let me tell you the story of what happened to me.
Oh, cool.
This is how Kori and I got started talking, actually.
This is how we met.
Yeah.
So I got a pair of kind of breeder-ready animals from Justin. And he told me, you know, they're ready to go. As soon as you get them, like, go ahead and pair them. It's time. I paired them literally, like, she had to have ovulated within 2 weeks of when I got her.
Oh, shit.
And I had no idea she was gravid. I, like, thank God had an incubator, but I was like way not expecting eggs anytime soon. It wasn't plugged in yet. Like, it totally surprised me. I open up, there's eggs. So 2 of them were just infertile. They weren't slugs, but they were infertile eggs. One of them died during incubation. So I had 3 left. I cut the eggs, and none of the 3 made it out alive. Oh. And this was my very first experience breeding. And I was like, I did a post on a group, and this is what I think Chris remembers. I was devastated. I was like, what the fuck did I do wrong? I thought I knew what I was doing here, and clearly I have no clue what's happening. This stuff is like, I was distraught. I was like, that's when I got my sensor push system. I was like, I'm just going to nuke this with everything I possibly can to avoid ever having the scenario happen ever again. And it was just one of those things. It was a new girl, and she just laid some eggs that weren't strong eggs.
Did you candle? Did you even know what candling was?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. So I candled. And so that's how I knew that 2 of them weren't fertile to begin with.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So I knew that. And then, the one died during incubation. When I cut the 3 eggs, one of them was deformed. It had all sorts of kinks and stuff. 2 maybe could have made it, but they didn't. They didn't come. For whatever reason, they didn't come out of the egg alive. And, yeah, it fucking sucked. It was, I was seriously questioning, like, am I even cut out for this? If this is what what's going to happen. And, I just kind of regrouped and learned what I could. And I went and visited some people's facilities and saw what they were doing. And, my next season was great.
Right.
And I didn't lose any animals. It was the same incubator, but it was
Stuff
whatever,
happens.
luck of the draw, rotten luck, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm still not 100% sure what happened, but it was a shitty way to start to have that happen with my very first one.
Yeah, there's so many things out there that you do, and you'll learn from it, or you're like, wow, or oh my god, like things where if you look in your eggs and you start seeing one go a little bit moldy or a little bit wet, you can actually dry it and put on some tenactin. Sometimes that can save it.
I have it. Yeah.
Awesome, yeah, and I mean little tiny things like that, you can intervene and try to help. It's better than saying, no, it's done. Like, no, try.
Yep.
I mean, you've seen people cut some of the moldiest fucking eggs and boop, like, what the hell?
Yep, absolutely.
And you would have sworn, you would have bet money that the thing was toast.
Garrick DeMeyer, he had
Garrick.
video. Holy
Yeah,
cow,
you see, Garrick DeMeyer did a video. And
I was like, why are you cutting that, man? And I was like, no way. How did that happen?
Yeah, we would have wrote most of them off. And that's the thing. We can learn and stuff. But yeah, and it's hard because even before, people, and that's why a lot of the videos, when I started coming out with more and more videos, you hear me say, hey guys, look, it happens to us. Look, hey, because everyone else only posts the beautiful stuff, the great stuff about this industry. Look what I made. Look at these babies. Look at them perfect. We do it where it's like, hey guys, look, this egg molded out. Hey guys, 2 years ago, hey, I fucked up. I didn't use press and seal because the other tubs that I had, I never needed. I thought these were the same. I fucking noticed when it's a little too late, I lost about 40 or 50, maybe even 60 eggs. Wow. Now, guess what? Use press and seal. But now I have new containers that have a gasket. It's called the gasket box, and I don't need to do it because it's sealed. Look at last year. Almost every single egg made, I had maybe 4 or 5 out of, hundreds of clutches that were moldy. And that's just shit happens. You learn from it. And
absolutely, it
happens. And I mean,
I wish that people would talk about the things that go bad more, because it's how we learn.
Correct.
But I think we all get really worried of people judging us or
get over that. Yeah.
But that's how we all learn and grow.
Right.
And so I wish we talked about the hard stuff more.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's the whole reason I reached out to you.
Yep.
Was because I went through the same thing with my first clutch, and it actually ultimately led me out of the hobby for a while.
Yeah.
So I was just,
for a while, 4 years. 4 or 5 years, yeah.
So,
because I remember you back then, because we had a mutual thing, and you came to one of my very first facilities,
your house,
in my basement. Yeah. And then don't hear from him, and then all of a sudden I see him back at the show, and then he started coming over and buying an animal. It took him like 3 months. I don't know. You know what? I think I'm gonna fucking pull. Is it still available? Yeah. Pull the plug, and fuck, man, and that was crazy.
You know what's weird? I just sold that male too. I've had him this whole time.
No shit. That's awesome.
I just sold him.
Yeah. No, that's super awesome. But I mean, that's shit does happen. And when you posted that, how much shit did you get in? Oh, you probably fucked up. Oh, you're an idiot. You fucking egg killer.
No, the number of people who commented that I fucked up by cutting them, that it was the fact that I cut them that made them die. I mean, it was just, I got all sorts of nonsense. Most of the people were very kind and sweet and, reacted like Chris, and I got lots and lots of support from lots of people, but there were definitely some assholes who commented too.
I was actually kind of surprised. I remember reading some, because I think you posted in a couple groups, I think, right?
I think it was just
oh,
one.
it was.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
But I remember reading, and the majority of it was like positive reinforcement, and I was
Absolutely.
Blown away.
Because that doesn't happen very often.
I was still getting back into being in the hobby, and being in the hobby before, when it was just a desolate wasteland in terms of information sharing. Seeing that was kind of like, oh shit, this is the kind of a new age for the hobby, because it would have just been all storm if you're going back another 5 years before that or whatever.
Yeah.
Here's something cool.
Well, no, I mean, sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
No, I was going to say that, Chris and I were talking about this a little while back too. Whatever has happened with the whole Instagram, the new kind of group of Instagram centric people who have come into the hobby. It has renewed my enthusiasm for how wonderful most of them are people who comment on this, and it's just the greatest, most supportive group of new people coming into it who are just continue to amaze me in the amount of support they show each other.
100%.
It's so awesome to see the hobby going in that direction.
Yeah, and I think podcasts like this and other people's, and we push people to the right places. Stay the fuck off of Facebook. Don't do this. Come on to here. So instead of, with all these platforms and lives and people doing stuff and learning and at different levels, there's people on there that coming in with their first year experiences and going in front of a camera and I'll jump in and see something like that and I'll go in. But then, there's other people in their first year that when they come and watch my channel, they're like, holy fuck, like it's almost scary to watch what I'm doing because where you are at. So it's more relatable to see somebody in their first year or a couple years in, because they can relate and they don't, I can't ask Billy the question, I'm going to feel stupid. Or other people that are, more successful, even though you can, but they feel more secure watching and learning because it's at their pace. I'm showing off, hey, this is a clutch with a $20,000 animal to a 5. They're like, holy fuck, I can't even fathom that. And it sort of blows their mind. But now when someone else comes on with, something that's more relatable to them, they can follow and they don't feel so, insecure or whatever the feeling is. And because there's so many lives, like if there's a live, there's probably 2 lives right now going on, Instagram, and what's great about it is it keeps the fucking new people off of fucking Facebook shitty groups because there's so much great information here. And I think that's why, because, MJ asks it, Facebook or fucking Instagram. 90% is Instagram because Facebook fucking sucks. It really does. So when people are coming on here and getting the proper info with the proper support system and some jackhammer comes on in the chats right now and starts being an asshole, I don't even have to do anything because all these awesome people are saying, hey, man, you know what? You don't belong here. Fuck off. Like, go to Facebook, motherfucker. Like, that's just how it is.
What we do here.
Yeah, so all these new people are going here, getting on Instagram, knowing, oh, my God, Billy's got a podcast. This person has a live. People jump in, and they're automatically in a great group of amazing people that have the same fucking mindset of helping people, positivity, and learning. And I think, Facebook is toxic. And if people go on there, they start learning about that toxicity and fucking like, oh, I hate this. I can't ask questions. And I hope they get to these platforms or a person to say, hey, stay the fuck away. Here's a good group, or here's something to be along with, or here's a Discord group that you can join, or something like that, where they're not in a fucking toxic environment,
Yep.
And I thank God social media has come so far, especially with podcasts and lives, because this wasn't happening a year ago because people were out fucking partying, doing their shit, this whole thing came apart, came alive because of COVID.
Yeah. That's true.
So, I mean, it's great, but you are totally right where now if you come in and make a mistake, they'll be like, oh, what was it, your incubator? What did you do? They're going to ask questions, not fucking rip your head apart,
Yep.
So it's definitely a positive for our industry.
Empathize and say, hey, I've been there too. Or, act like an actual human being. Like, go figure.
Yeah, and here's something too. Like when I have some of those clutches last year, I read a lot of my comments. I do, hey, everybody, this one went moldy, and this one's bad. I got 2, 3 that are pretty good, and, this one's dehydrated. Hopefully I can save it. Look at this moron. Oh, my fuck, he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Okay, thanks for the comment, you fucking moron. Yeah.
Right.
I have 2 other 100 clutches that fucking made it. I fucked up, and I say it. I fucked up. I did not use press and seal. I used the wrong containers, and then those didn't work. And what did I do? I went out and got another container and didn't use fucking press and seal. Like another moron lost some. If I should have just fucking put press and seal on, and I would have been no. But Billy wants to test it because I don't personally like that whole thing. But guess what? It cost me. So
I will say though, with the press and seal, because I use press and seal as well, but you gotta burp it every once in a while. You gotta get that airflow going in the box, or they can suffocate.
You can suffocate them. You can have the exact opposite problem. Yep.
Yep. You gotta do that.
So yeah, it's crazy, right? I mean, you're gonna find a way that you do it, and that's just me being bull-headed, like, or what I guess was that bull-headed? Is that stubborn? Hard-headed.
There you go.
Yeah, bald-headed, bull-headed, bald-headed. I don't know. Anyways, bull-headed or whatever.
Bull-headed.
So I've never used press and seal because these tubs I've always used. Let me do this. Oh, if I found the problem, I could have used those same tubs, just put press and seal on. Would have been way cheaper, but nope. Let me go get this other type and try it again, and fucking lost those. And now I found a way not to use press and seal. I went out and spent like a hell of a lot of money on these new tubs that I don't need to, just because I don't want to use it. That's my preference. You can use whatever you want with press and seal and be fine, but I was just stubborn and I wanted to find something, and it cost me. Like, I lost probably 40, 50, 60 eggs, because of that. And it's on me. I can't blame anybody else. But it happens, So don't think that when you're new and you're going to make a mistake, or you're going to have, oh my God, like, when I'm a big breeder, none of this mistakes are going to happen. Fucking right it does, Shit happens. You don't, pairings don't go well. Animals reabsorb. Animals slug out. Clutches don't make it, especially when they sweat from the inside out.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Some aren't just meant to be. They Mother Nature, it's not in the books, and it had nothing you could have done to save it. Now, there are some things that you have to look to make sure, but if you have 10 clutches in an incubator and one fucks up, guess what? It's not your incubator. You know what I mean?
It's the clutch.
Yeah, it's the clutch.
Sometimes it just happens.
People beat themselves up so bad. Like, your example. What did I do? Holy fuck! Am I cut out for this? It was just a shitty first beginning. Here's Joe. Bam, first one, bam, done. He could have had the same effect as you.
Yep.
Get learning more.
I will say, though, it was an incredible learning opportunity for me, and I went into that next clutch so much better prepared. Just because, I took that as an opportunity to learn every fucking thing that I could, because I never wanted
to feel that way.
I never wanted to feel that way again.
Up again. More.
One more.
There you go.
Holy.
No, that was the last
That
one.
was it.
That was it.
Okay,
Sorry.
Austin's going to read the chats.
Sorry, Kori. We're just trying to
like,
find
what are
super
you
No,
chats.
no,
talking
you
about?
got it.
Yep. You do
you-
freestyle.
I was like, is he going up or down?
So,
I was going to say, you're trying to scratch the chat.
He's trying to read the chat,
try
and
to-
I'm sitting there like a DJ going like this, so it's going up and down, so you can't see what the fuck's going on. So
Try to
you
guess
were
what the super
scrolling.
chat
I'm just,
says.
he's so fucking baked, like he's going, are you going up or down? I'm going back and forth like a yo-yo. You see how confused he was?
Yeah, pretty good.
I'm like, how long is this chat?
Yeah, because I'm making it look like it's scrolling, but I'm actually going up and down, and I'm doing it so fast that it just looks like it's moving. I'm like, wow. And he's like, what the fuck? So let's do this. I'm such a child. I'm so immature. God, I love it. Here we go.
Oh, that's a good one.
Shane Orton.
Rogue River Reptiles. Hey guys, first time viewer here. I stumbled upon the podcast while watching a Dildo review by some guy named Chris Hardwick. Great show.
Wow. What?
Oh,
At
Shane.
first I was like, I've seen you here.
Yeah,
before.
of course. Yeah, so what a setup. That's hey guys, first time viewer here. Stumbled upon this fucking podcast while watching a drill dough review by some guy named Chris Hardwick. Oh my
I
god.
could say Chris Ward.
I was going to say, he's stepping on my fucking videos now? What the
Yeah,
hell?
my
Oh,
God, man.
jeez.
Wow. Here we go.
He saw how much he could actually make.
Oh, and I'm gonna
Begging for his motorcycle money. It
Yeah.
wasn't working for him, so he switched
doing
lanes.
a 24-hour long live.
Wait, about dildos?
Yeah, but-
That's terrifying.
Probably.
here's another use for ultrasound gel. Right, Bobby? Anyways, the only stupid, this is from Buckeye Morris. Ready? Awesome. The only stupid question is the ones you don't ask.
But don't ask us dildo questions.
No, please do. They make Austin uncomfortable, and it's amazing.
Oh,
What
man.
the hell? I've never seen this. Paul from Seraphim Serpents
Where is this?
has a toilet emoji. Have you ever seen a toilet emoji?
I'm pretty sure.
I can't
Really?
say I've ever
There's a
gone
shower
looking.
emoji. And
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I've never seen a toilet emoji.
There's way too many.
Oh, cool. No, it's just like,
You can write a story with just emojis. I'm challenging someone to do that right now.
Megan from Hugs and Hisses, take it away.
Hey!
Yeah, Megan.
Kori is amazing. Thank you for being so kind and wonderful. Love learning from y'all.
With a big purple heart.
Yay. So she won a snake that I donated to the fundraiser that
Awesome.
Chino did the other day. And
Sick.
so she was so excited. She told me that she cried for like 15 minutes when she found
Aw.
out she won the animal. And it just made me so happy because you want to see your animals go to people who care about
And
them
love
like
them,
that.
and and I mean, that is
So
such a great feeling.
I'm thrilled. I'm so thrilled.
Sick.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, Andrew again, man.
Redwood.
Redwood Reptiles LLC, my man Andrew.
The positive new wave will continue to build until all the haters have zero impact on the community. Love so many of these people, and I've never even officially met them.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, definitely, man. And that's the thing. Like, people don't realize, and it sort of sucks, and I try to get them. I mean, to me, mindset is huge. And you know, I try to teach that a lot on Patreon. You know, when we had Ozzy on his interview on MC Academy, I mean, when you watch that, you fucking, you either go back and watch it again and again, or you go and you take notes and go, holy fuck, like, I'm looking at this the wrong way. It's mindset. And, you know, like he says, like, the way this community is now, it's positive. And so many people that, you know, oh, no one's ever heard of me. No one's going to think of this. And, you know, Elliot fucking Perez doesn't even own a fucking animal.
Damn.
Everybody knows who
But
he is.
everyone knows who the fuck he is.
Yeah,
You know
it's
why?
fucking crazy.
everywhere.
Because he's here in a positive, in the new wave. Like, good for you. Congratulations. You know, putting in here,
He's
supporting.
networking.
He's networking. He's
Literally.
supporting people. The guy doesn't even have a fucking animal.
He's just
But you know what?
everywhere.
I know. Everyone knows who the fuck he is. You know what? Just being a part of this group, you don't have to be a big breeder, you know, to have a voice or to you know, cheer someone up, or, you know, to guide them to the right place, or to give them a positive, you know, a positive boost to the day, or a pickup. I mean, just being in here, we see some people's names, you know, and we know that they're here, and they're at another podcast, and they're supporting. You know, there's so much to this that people just think, I got to buy a fucking snake, I got to breed it, I got to hurry up and make money, and I got to compete against this person, and you're missing all the fucking, the real fundamentals and the assets about this hobby. I mean, there's so much to it. And, you know, you know, this guy doesn't even own a fucking snake, and everyone knows who the fuck he is. You know why? Because he's here supporting. He's positive. Wow. I mean, you know what? There's people in this hobby that are making fucking money and don't even support the way this fucking guy does. And that's the bullshit about it. Like, you know, fuck. You know,
Put in the
people,
work.
be positive. You know, if you have nothing good to say, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? And like, you know, her first instinct was to post something, and she get fucking beat the fuck up. And thank God, like Chris and, you know, and I mean, now there's a friendship, and I mean, they've come up, and, you know, there's help. We got a network. We're positive, you know, and you got to keep doing that over and over and over and over again. And guess what? It ain't going like Andrew said. The more we do this, someone's going to come in and try to be an asshole. Guess what? You know what? There's no room for assholes here, because I'm getting the shit kicked out of me. Like, those motherfuckers, you can post something and 30 people fucking shit on you. Well, guess what? Now you post something stupid, and now there's 30 motherfuckers shitting on you. Get the fuck out of here. And that's how it's going to be. You know?
Yeah.
And Facebook is toxic. Stay the fuck away. You know, all these people. You know who the people are on Facebook with their people that can't, you know, that don't want to come to, you know, jump on the new wave or be positive. They're always looking for the shit, or think they know everything and their shit don't stink, and they're an admin and they can, oh, I got the power. Oh, I don't like these people. Oh, Justin Kabilka? Oh, I don't give a fuck who he is. He's wrong. Delete from the group. Are you fucking kidding me? It's just so stupid. Like, you know, so glad you're on Facebook, because that's the only way you're going to have any type of fucking, you know, name, you know, except like, it's just sad. But, you know, people need to be positive, jump on the wave. You don't want to ride the wave, get the fuck off and go home. You know? We're here to spread help and push and encourage and positivity and network. And how many amazing people, you know, just besides me and Chris and the guys here, have you known or met in the last few years just from attending shows, networking, joining lives? You know, how many?
Hundreds, if not thousands.
Right.
I mean, it's my social world.
It is.
In person and online. It's both.
Yeah, and it's incredible because you can reach out, you have support, people.
Yep.
You know, it's an amazing feeling. And you know what it is?
I think I talk to Kori more than I talk to some of the people I work with and see every day. I'm not even joking.
Yeah, no, and I mean that's how awesome it is. You know, got a few more. Holy shit, we got a few more super chats.
Yeah,
So there's
it's going.
Andrews. Christy, dolls with balls.
Nope, that's not Christy.
Isn't?
Nope.
Isn't she dolls with balls?
Which Christy are you? Maybe that's also Christy. Are you talking about?
Oh, sorry. No, I'm bad.
Oh,
There you
man.
go.
My bad. I thought it's rockin'
Jeez.
reptiles. What the hell?
There you go.
Sorry, dolls and balls.
Dolls with balls.
That's what I said.
I said dolls and
You
balls.
said dolls and balls.
Oh, did I? Oh my god. Dolls with balls. Oh my god, why did I think it was Christy? She's rocking reptiles.
Wow.
Oh, rocks and reptiles. I even fucked
See,
that up.
I thought it was rockin' reptiles too.
Yeah, I thought it was rocking.
I did, and then
rocks.
I saw it was rocks and reptiles because she collects like minerals and stuff.
Yeah, she
So
collects.
It makes sense.
Yeah,
That's cool.
That is cool.
yeah. So go ahead, Christy Lynn.
Yay,
only-
I love her.
The only thing I have bred is myself. Bad mom joke.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
Jeez.
But
Wow.
you're all so supportive. I appreciate it. Can't wait to drop a clutch someday.
Awesome.
Hopefully it's with
Yay.
some of those animals she got from me because she got some cool stuff.
Oh look, there's a little story right there with
Oh my god.
what is this? What is
Emojis.
that? It looks like toilet.
Hold on.
it
That's
looks
a
like
toilet paper.
That's
That's a toilet.
That's toilet paper.
Toilet paper.
Is that lotion?
Oh no.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I see where this is going.
What the heck?
So if you search on the emojis, if you search toilet, those three pop up. So I don't know
Wow.
why what those three pop up.
Commonly used together for you, eh?
Yeah, but you know what?
Me, I
look.
didn't get that.
No,
look.
no, he doesn't do the toilet. Socks.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Toilet paper, lube, and socks. Ugh,
me try
that's
it on my
gross.
phone, see
What
what
the
happens.
hell? Come on. What kind of channel is this?
Boys are gross.
Yeah, of course.
Why did
they
you
are.
agree to come onto this show, Kori?
I'm
I forced her
regretting
to.
all of my life choices.
If you want your fucking animal
I have a purse.
Yeah.
before
next
the
month, you
lotion.
better come on my
Yeah.
podcast. So that she's really, Billy, like really, I really want the animal. It's like, well, then you really fucking want it. You gotta
better
hear.
fucking come on my podcast.
Better come on. I ain't fucking, I'm selling the animal and keeping your fucking money.
Oh no.
And then she's like, okay, I'll be
Yeah.
on it because I really
All
want that
right.
animal. Beautiful animal too, eh?
I know. Thank you for coming through for me on that one.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
So dolls with balls. Okay. Question. Take it away.
Question: if you ultrasound a female, wait.
See?
If you ultrasound, if you ultrasound and have a female reabsorb, do the follicles shrink all at once or gradually get smaller the same way the follicles grow? They gradually get smaller.
Yeah. So
But
what'll
it's,
happen?
it's still a quicker process.
It's a
Oh,
quicker
it's like
process.
half the time at least.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, it's funny because if you were to ultrasound weekly, you would hardly notice. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
she's just, but if you do it a month, it's like 2.1, and then a month later, it's like fucking, 1.3. What the hell? Like, yeah, it's like, wow,
Yeah.
but if you were to ultrasound that same female weekly, you'd be like, oh, she's still growing. And that's the thing. When you measure a female for a follicle, if you don't have something or another another
Reference point?
reference point. Thank you. See,
You're welcome.
you don't know if she's building or she's reabsorbing. So I know that when we go on and we do something, 1.7. If we go a month later and it's 2.5, we know because of the reference point 1.7, she's building. If you go now it's 1.2 or fucking minimal under, then it's like,
0.8.
wow, yeah, 0.8, she's reabsorbing. So you need a reference point and something to compare it to know the direction, if it's building, if it's staying, the same, or if it's going and reabsorbing.
And that's what we're doing with the collection at MC
Yep.
on Husbandry Pro. It's a lot of work, but
Yeah, and then we have a graph now, and we can
yeah.
see how fast. So you can go in there under animals and go under follicles, and you can actually see a graph of when you measured her, her point of how big she is, and then the next time you measure her. So
growth,
we're gonna do it every 3 weeks or at least every month, And we're going to actually see it's like, wow, she went 1.7 centimeters in 10 days, or in 2 weeks or 5 weeks, or we can see the growth of that female.
Right now, because I have a smaller collection, I'm actually doing it every 2 weeks.
Yeah, you were saying
so I can see how quick.
Some of them, and they're different, right?
Oh yeah, vastly different. It's wild.
Some are like, what the fuck? Like, oh my god, she's gonna ovulate next week. Like, what the fuck? And some are like, what the fuck's taking you so long? You should be, at least 3 now.
I had a female go from 17 to 35 in a month.
Me too.
Yeah.
But then I just ultrasounded her on March 6th. She was 35 millimeters. She's ovulating this week.
Yeah.
Like,
That's amazing.
Crazy.
She just
And you need to
flew
put that
through
into the Husbandry Pro so you can
Eventually.
document it. But what's going to happen is another thing I want to do for the calendar for Husbandry Pro. When we always say, hey, when's the time to pair her next? And when does she start building? When that female lays, I'm going to get a notification 6 or 7 months later saying, hey, she should be starting to build. So now I could actually go and start dropping my mail in or even ultrasound. But if you don't have an ultrasound, if you have a female that lays eggs, if you start pairing 1 and 7, another time a month, 8 month after, and the 9 month, that's all you really need.
Yeah.
So without an ultrasound, they take 6 to 7 months to start building again when they lay last.
And just watch for the bull wrapping.
Hey, so Billy, I have a question for you about that.
Sure.
So I have a female that I just ultrasounded, and she totally surprised me because she was gravid. Now, she ovulated 3 months earlier than she did last year. So that means that she has another clutch after only 9 months. Have you ever had something like that happen? I'm wondering almost.
Yeah,
if
it
it's
can.
slugs or something.
Now, did you you paired her, how fast did you pair her?
So I will typically do a first introduction around 4 months, just to get them kind of thinking about the idea, whether or not they actually lock or not. The idea is just to get their minds back, their hormones back going. And then I'll start pairing more earnestly in 6 months or so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I started at 5.
You start at 5?
Okay.
The 5th of the 6th month is
Yes,
when I'm
a
getting
6
lost.
month.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when I find that at the month 7 is usually when and here's the thing. So when I say 7, it's basically because I always put my animal, the male, in when they're 1.7, a good month or so into building.
Yeah.
So Austin does for 5, 6 months. On the 6 month mark, he's putting a male in regardless, without ultrasounding. With me, I ultrasound and I oh, cool, she's building it, fifth month or 6th month, or she's starting. I don't put my male in until she's 1.5, 1.7 or up. And that's my first lock. And then I get another one a month, 3 weeks, a month later, and then another one 3 months later. I get 2 to 3 locks, and that's all I do. So with you, yours started earlier, and
she also threw a Partho egg last time. And so she's just a weird one. I don't know. She doesn't know what she's doing.
But yeah, so I like to have my first lock. There's nothing wrong with getting 5 locks. You put it in month 5, month 6, month 7th, month 8th, month 9th, and they go to ovulate and whatever. But because I use my males for so many females, I don't want to put it in at 0.5 centimeters. I want to wait a month or so when she's at 1.5, 1.7, and then I put my male in. Now, does putting that male in extra, like that one time earlier, does it help the process of her building faster? It could. I don't have any data on that because 1.7, we have ones that are under 1 or 1.2. We don't even put ASAP on, because I know when we check in 3-4 weeks, she'll be about 2. And then I put the male in. So what you probably did is you probably put the male in when it was 0.5. And then it went, and maybe, got those extra locks. And like I said, he's actually been documenting it now where, holy shit, because I always say, they usually grow 4 or 5 weeks a centimeter. Well, sometimes they can, sometimes they can do, instead of 4 or 5 weeks, they can do, that in 3 or 2.
Yep.
So because
somebody just said something in the chat. Hold on. Just to touch on that.
Yep.
It was dolls with balls again. I just need to find it. But I think she said she had one go from 7 millimeters to ovulation in 5 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's the thing is with Husbandry Pro now that we can document it and it's just scanning it has the date. Then you scan again, date. Now we have a data and track. I always say, hey, this is how I do it. I don't put my male in at month 5 or month 6. I wait till it's 1.5, probably month 7. I do it again and I do it again. And then maybe that's why sometimes maybe they're growing so fast that we miss that second lock because they hit and then they start reabsorbing when I put the male in, but now with all this data that we have, now I can say, hey, some animals do this, some animals do that, but it now it's tracking that info. I always said, hey, you know what? They usually grow 4 or 5 weeks a centimeter. You want to hit it and hit it. And I do find at a certain pace, like, they'll be small, then they get that second lock in, and all of a sudden it speeds up quick, So, and it's going to depend on and vary on every female, I believe.
Have you personally noticed, though, that in general, I don't mean this for every snake, obviously, the bigger they get, the quicker it seems to, like, it sort of ramps up as it goes?
I don't. That's the thing. I don't.
Oh.
We have so many that I don't really know. It's like, hey, holy fuck. We look at it and go, wow, she's gravid. Yep, she's gravid. Cool. Mark the bin.
I've noticed once they hit around 25,
it's when they speed up.
It speeds up, and I'm not too sure why.
And that's why now with Husbandry Pro and us taking that time per female. So not only that, like, how you have, you're doing it with a few females. I'm going to have it on 100 and say, holy shit, 30% of them did this, 40% did this, and another, 40 or 30% did this, or it's all over the map. It depends on the female. So then I can say, hey guys, instead of, waiting till week 7 to put it in, why don't we do it every 3 weeks now at week 6, and we may get better results, less reabsorption. And that's why one thing is what I've always said. People ask me, what's your main goal, this year, with the facility, and what's your main goal? And my main goal is, now that I'm doing this full time, I want to be a better breeder. I want to be more efficient. I want to learn more. Like everything that we're talking about here, people ask, and I just give it generally. General this, they grow here, blah, blah, blah. You just said what you've noticed, Dolls with Balls. She had something. Chris has noticed something. Now, is that with every animal or does it vary?
Oh, no.
Yeah, and if it varies, now we got to start looking. It's like, hey, you know what? We might have to do, because people say, hey, how come you had 7 animals reabsorb out of 200 last year? I don't know. I can't answer it. Maybe it's because that's, me following the rule that I do for the majority didn't work for her because I missed her cycle, or, you never know. And that's why documenting stuff now and the stuff that I want to do with Husbandry Pro, just for me to become more efficient, understand, the cycles more, instead of just, you pair once a month, 3 months in a row and do this, blah, blah. It works for me, obviously, but could it work even more? And that's what I want to know. And when people ask me a question, I can say, hey, here's documented facts, just like with this Da Vinci boa. Oh, guys, I fed one animal and it ate right away. It's the best stuff ever. And people go out and get it. And it's like, dude, it doesn't work. It's just one of we mentioned it 3-4 months later with 100 animals with a great success. So that's why we open our Yap, and we're still having great success. So with this new data and everybody, because like when was it 3 weeks ago? When was the last time? I think you came 3 weeks ago. Hey, you know what? Did you ever? And you brought this thing up at that table in front of the boas about.
Oh,
it was about a month ago.
I've noticed that.
Probably a month ago. 3 weeks to a month ago.
When was I over?
Yeah, it was a while back. But when you came over.
Oh, no, it was around a month ago, yeah.
Yeah, and you came in and he said that. And I'm like, dude, I mean, have you ever noticed? And I'm like, dude, no, I haven't had, because I'm always busy, right? And the way I look at it, it's not like I'm not successsive. Like, what I'm doing fucking works at a high level. But can I do even better? Probably yes. And when he come out of this, I'm like, dude, I've never even tracked that.
Yeah.
Now,
the pre-op sheds. That's what it was.
Oh, yeah.
the
How fast the pre-op
sheds.
sheds and how long have they, little things like that. Now we can track. Scan, date, boom, track record, data of hundreds of animals. And then I can look at that data and go, holy shit, look, we've noticed. Let's change. Like, I want to be a better breeder. I want to understand things more. But when you're doing what we do at our level, sometimes I don't have the time to take a piss. Because it's like, I'll do that later. Like, and there's a lot of stuff. I mean, I've got 20 years of experience that unfortunately it's all in my fucking head, and some things on data sheets, but it's not the stuff that I wish I recorded. And that's now that I have the time, and I have now the software and the team and the want. Now I'm going to learn to be more efficient, understand it better, document it, and then share that with people. And we can learn and all do better from it. You know, but I've got so much stuff like, hey, I'm like, dude, you know what? I wish I knew. I mean, shit, and I could have. I just didn't have the time, or I didn't think it was important at the time. Now I do think it's hugely important, you know, especially for all these new people. What about this? What about that? I don't know. Just do this. Well, why do you do that? I don't know, because I do. I want to have more of a solid, you know, but people listen to me because it works, and it's not like it's not working. It's just it could work better.
Yeah, no, I remember when you and I went out to dinner and we sat down and you drew out the little chart of every month and
it works, right?
And it worked great.
Right.
So you knew what you were talking about, clearly.
Yeah. And I mean, that's the thing, like, you know, and that's the thing too, even for Patreon now, I'm actually going to do, I actually have things in the work. Like I got a follicle size chart that we just put up. I'm actually going to do sort of, you know, how they build with you know, that sort of like that chart on that I did on the Jack Astor's tablecloth, you know, with the crayons and, you know, but I mean, it works. And I've never had any reason for it not working because look what I'm doing every year. But if I can do better or faster and everything that we do, we can get better at. But that's one thing I said way back then. I want to be a better breeder. I want to understand more. I want to be more efficient. And that's what I'm doing. And, you know, it's amazing because, you know, I think all the data that we're getting, and like Chris just came out and said, hey, you ever noticed that? I'm like, no, but I've done it 1,000 fucking plus times, and I've never, you know, focused in on it. So
I will say though, working with other species gives me an appreciation for how fucking easy ball pythons are.
Yep.
Because literally all you have to do is stick 2 snakes in a box and eventually they spit out eggs. Like
Hopefully.
you can get super fancy and like, you know, figure out the details, but it's basically snake, box, and then eggs. Like it gets a lot more complicated with some other species where you've got to like do all sorts of temp cycling and light cycling and food cycling and all of that kind of stuff.
Humidity changes and oh my goodness,
Yep.
yeah, it gets wild.
or even some species, brumation, bringing them in out of brumation. Chad, Richie's recessives.
New wave or nude wave? I'm good with either.
Jeez. You have to pay more than $5.
Somebody's got to block Chad from the chats.
Oh, my God.
I could do that.
Oh, Chad. Oh, my God. But, yeah, we got some questions here, too. So I think we're good. So here, Sal, I'm going to say it, Giramonte. I'm pretty sure I got it down.
I have no idea. I've never even asked him how he says
Okay,
how to
so
say his last name.
Sal Giramonte. You know, Sal and Amy.
They'll correct us quick.
Yeah, they're correct, but I think I got it. Giramonte. Anyways, they're from a House of Gaia ball pythons. Sal asks, if you can choose 3 genes to mix in with a pin pied, which 3 would you choose? Let's say 1 recessive and 2 codoms. So pin pied, what would you do? Kori, you're first.
Wow, this is a really direct question too. He knows
I know
Kori.
because I'm obsessed with pin pieds. So this is wonderful. So first one is obviously Enchi because Enchi and pinstripe, Enchi and pied have to go together. Keeps more pattern in there for everything else. OD, and now I have to choose a recessive. I'm gonna go clown.
Yes,
Oh,
I
I
knew
was
that.
gonna say DG.
What would you say?
I didn't hear the question.
Okay. Do you have your headphones on?
Yeah.
You can't hear my fucking voice yapping
No,
and
no,
loud.
I was looking at something over here.
You can't multitask?
Well, I was.
Okay, don't worry. I'm
was
just
reading
breaking your
stuff.
balls, brother. Don't worry, my man. I'm used to it. So, if you can choose 3 genes to mix with a pin pied, which 3 would you choose? 1 recessive, 2 codoms or doms.
Orange Dream, Fire Ghost.
Okay, a little different,
Like
but
that. Yeah,
go
I like
ahead.
that.
Pin pied,
Yep.
and it's any gene.
Well,
A recessive.
2
One-
recessives.
I
This
would-
guy didn't hear
so-
both.
How? Hold on. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
codoms,
It's hard, it's
2
hard.
codoms and 1
And a
recessive.
There you
recessive.
go, there
yeah.
you
So
go.
I'd go with probably acid as my codom.
Okay, that's 1.
I'd probably also go with I don't know. I don't really like pinstripe as much, but I'll probably just
blasphemy.
I'll probably just do OD as well. So
Okay.
Yeah.
acid, orange dream,
Fucking very
and
original.
then-
Original.
and then for the pied, I'd probably go with like enhancer.
There you go. Next.
This is tough because I like pin pieds on their own as it is. And I feel like the more you add to them, the less it takes away, or the more it takes away the actual like pin patterning in the pied saddles. So you have to be real careful. I'm going to go Enchi as well, just because you're going to bring in more pattern instead of lose it. Ooh. Does leopard and pin pied change the pattern at all? Do you know? Because I know leopard doesn't affect pied usually.
It doesn't affect the pattern. It affects I believe it affects the color.
But you know that pin pieds are already high
Powdered.
So like you don't really need Enchi.
Right.
I just want Enchi.
But now there's no white.
Yeah, it's perfect.
So I have a couple, and there's a little bit of white, but
Right.
not a
But
ton.
they're high.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
The
But that's how
recessive,
I
I'm
like
going to
my
go
pieds.
DG.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
I was going to say clown, but somebody already did.
Okay, I'm going way off the wall. Okay. OD is a must because I've seen it. It's just incredible.
Copying everybody.
OD, yeah, but I mean, it's smart because you all fucking know what you're talking about. So, you know what I mean? So that's fucking good. OD, definitely. Next, Ashfall through belly.
Ooh.
Okay,
Yep.
Good call.
Good call.
either one.
Yep.
Bring out the color. It'll bring out the it just intensify it. And then I'm gonna go off the wall because I think the monsoon is gonna be sick, motherfuckers. Monsoon pie. We hoping.
Wait, nobody said Ultramel at this table?
Not these guys.
Oh,
no.
I don't like ultra.
I don't like it.
They don't like
Really?
Ultramel pie.
Oh,
And
wow.
I don't even like Ultramel pinstripe.
Oh,
Like,
fair enough.
I'm
Okay,
only
I'm
Ultramel
surprised.
clowns,
I don't know enough about
Ultramels.
Ultramel, so. But yeah, no, good call.
So that's a good question, my man.
Yeah.
And we have another one.
question.
Here we go. Gerald Taylor. Look at this guy. Ready? I have received and heard of people receiving established animals under 75 grams. Do you think that higher temperatures from ovulation? Ready? So watch. Yeah, we're gonna get into this because do you think that higher temps from ovulation through incubation is causing these animals to be smaller? Would these animals be a higher weight range at lower temps from ovulation through incubation?
I think size of hatchlings is determined by size of eggs, personally.
Size of eggs, the amount of I guess the female has,
Her fat reserves
Fat-
and her
yeah.
size. Yeah.
her fat reserves, how she's eating, the male. I mean, I have eggs that come out 120. I have eggs that come out 100. I have eggs that come out 70. But I'll tell you one thing. Unless this animal came out of the egg at 30 fucking grams and I fed it for 4 fucking months to get it to 75 grams, I would not sell that fucking animal to somebody. And I told them, hey, it was a 32 gram little boob egg and I raised it. I don't ship an animal unless it's 100 to 25 or 150 grams and up. When you get animals in at 80, 90 grams, I don't know.
So just between you and me then, you wouldn't export an animal at 65 grams?
fuck no.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
I wouldn't. And you know what? People do, and some big breeders do. I fucking wouldn't. If I, and here's the thing too, okay? I'm not going to shit on people for doing what they believe what's best because that's just me being a hypocrite. I would not fucking ship it. And there's no fucking way in hell I would ship it. I don't give a shit if Putty said I want to pay twice as much. I'm like, well, you ain't getting my fucking animal because I ain't risking the animal and I ain't sending you that fucking animal because of money and not see. This animal needs to eat. It needs to be well established. Can a 75 gram animal even fucking look at some of the shit that goes on with shipping. You know what I mean? You put it in a box. Guess what? It gets delayed an extra day. Is that fucking animal going to survive? I have no idea. But to me, if I spend an animal, whether it's $300 or $3,000, if I spend $3,000 on an animal and it comes to me at 65 or 75 grams in a fucking box that you ship, I will never buy another fucking animal from you ever again. Ever. I don't give a fuck if you have I won't get into those genes. That's just me. Okay. And I can speak for me. I can't speak for others, but all I know is the feeling that I would get expecting an animal and I get it. And it's like this, it looks like it just came out of the fucking egg. You just wanted my money. You don't give a fuck about the snake. That's just me because that's how I would feel. Like, wow. I mean, I hope this thing eats. Oh my God, look how small it is. I'm fucking worried. I just bought an animal to get excited about. Now I'm sitting here stressed the fuck out, looking at like, oh my God, what should I do? Like I'm panicking already. That's my purchase?
I got an animal 4 months ago. You saw it the day I picked it up.
Yeah.
Dude. It's gained 40 grams because of how bad it's eating because of the start it caught. Wow. 40 grams.
In
it
how
is
long?
105 grams right now.
In how long?
In 4 months.
Right.
Jeez.
So let me tell you my story. I had one die recently that I spent 18 months trying to save, and it just wasn't well started by the breeder.
Yep.
He at 18 months he was 250 grams.
Yep. And I know a lot of people in the same boat. And you know what it is there's actually somebody in the they're still here. I'm not going to out him. I'm not outing him, but I mean, he had a story and he's like, "Hey man, I basically, and I'm educating people and letting them know, hey, how much does the animal weigh? You know, because people are like, oh my God, they see a nice picture, they look at it, how much? Cool, I want it. Did you ask how much it weighs, what it's eating, when it ate last, how big is it now? Did you ask that? Probably not, because, oh my God, I got this animal, look how much it cost, oh my God, I'm happy. You don't ask the proper question. So he did. And he's like, hey, man, I want this animal. Cool. How much is it? How big is it? Oh, it's 95 grams. Cool. Guess what? I'll pay for it in full. I'll even send you extra money. I don't want the animal shipped to me unless it's at least minimum 140 grams. Okay? That's what he said to the guy.
That's great.
A month later, the animal gets shipped. It's 110 fucking grams. I will pay for this animal in fucking full. If you want, I will pay you extra money to feed it, but I do not want you to ship this animal till it's at least 130 or 140, maybe 125. The breeder sent it a month later, not even close.
Wow.
One fucking animal. Well, you know what, dude? And it's a pretty well-known fucking breeder. Guess what? This guy has spent a lot of money and is going to spend a lot more. Not with this motherfucker.
Not with that guy.
And I do not blame him. If you can't, you know what? If you can't breed and house animals for a month or two to get them well established, to send them at a proper weight, I'm not going to say it. Like,
Wait. Was that what I'm thinking? Did I know about this? Where you had a certain person offer to like take the animals for you? Was that same time?
Oh, no.
No, that's a different time? Oh my God.
No. This is a person that and the thing is because I told him, listen, this is that. And he purposely asked this person because of the horror stories. And this is a new person, one of my Patreon members, getting advice, listening to the advice, and for good fucking reason. There's a reason why I open my mouth and I fucking put shit on Patreon. And I'm trying to tell you people and even voice my opinions here. You go buy an animal and get it at 70 fucking grams. When you get it, what happens, Kori?
It doesn't eat and it dies.
And what does it do? Nothing for you.
Yep.
And guess what? Why? You know who benefits? The motherfucker with your money that doesn't give a fuck.
Yep.
That's just facts. If you don't believe me, you try it. And here's the thing. The last thing I want to do is take money from you, put an animal in the box, you get it. Holy fuck, like, oh my God, like, did it eat? Oh my God, like, I'm stressed the fuck out. Like, wow. And now you're stressed out. And I have to sit there and put a $3,000 animal, $500 animal. Who gives a fuck the amount of the dollar? I'm putting an animal in, rolling the fucking dice, hoping it gets to you in one fucking piece. But that's one thing. I'm not going to roll the dice with my animals, okay, to hope it makes it. Because I've had perfectly healthy fucking animals be shipped and there's been an issue and it hasn't made it. Perfectly healthy, fucking strong, 400-gram animals. An extra delay on fucking, from FedEx and shit happens. Okay? Another thing. You see those animals that I imported that were frozen? 500, 600 grams and up? If they were 70 fucking grams, do you think they'd be fucking here right now? Hell no.
They would have been dead this second day.
They would have been, 100%. So, if you can't keep an animal and feed it, because myself, I would never risk that. And I've even have, you can even reach out, CD constrictors, Kori DeLong. 2 years ago, he bought an asphalt het clown male. It was time for shipping. I'm like, oh, you know what? It isn't, I didn't feel comfortable. It was probably 120 grams, 130. And I didn't even, and it was well started eating 4, 5, 6 weeks. Hey, Kori, what's up? Yeah, you know what? I don't think, I don't feel comfortable. I mean, it's good. It's eating. It's healthy. You know what, dude? I mean, if you don't mind, I'd rather wait another 2 or 3 months to ship it on my next shipment. If you want, I'll ship it, but I would prefer an extra few meals. Don't worry about it. It's here. And he's like, you know what? Whatever you think is best, I'm good with it. It's not like I'm breeding it right now. I understand everybody wants. Woo. He's like, whatever. I'm like, you know what? I feel more comfortable waiting. 3 months later when he got it, he's like, holy fuck, dude, it's like 400 grams. I'm like, yeah, he bred it the same fucking year, and he fucking did really well. That's what you need to do, people. Because you know what? I don't want to take risks with my fucking animals and give them to you, and now you have a fucking problem. You're but here's a guy that said, please don't ship my animal until it's at least this. I'll pay you extra. One fucking snake. Fuck you. Wow. Bad. Yep. And this person here is quiet. Like, he says it to me. I'm not going to repeat it of who it is and who the person is and who did it. But the thing is guess what? If that snake dies, I got this animal. Here's the proof at 65. Here's the animal. The more motherfuckers that get animals delivered and like, hey, I got a 60. Oh, I got one too. Oh, hey, yeah, I got all this. You know what? You're just not doing anything for the animals and for your credibility and for your business. You're putting money in your pocket now, but guess what? It ain't going to be there. It's not cool. Think of the fucking animals first. It's crazy. And like I said, I don't give a fuck who you are. If you do not have, if somebody came in, like Chris came in, it's like, hey, Billy, how is this girl? Oh, great. She's had 2 or 3 meals. He'll I'll buy her, but you know what? Do you mind if and all these guys do. Catherine, same thing. She bought an enhancer. A pastel enhancer, I think. Pastel enhancer. I don't know. Maybe both.
I don't know. Don't look at me.
Both.
Yeah, both. And she's like, hey, you know what? Can I get these? Sure. Oh, here you go. Take them. She could just take them, an hour away or half an hour away to her house. No. They stay there until I feel comfortable to feed. And even Chris has done it. Do you mind a lion? He's been buying animals from me a lot. Hey, do you mind if of course not. And I'll feed it. And at my expense. Have I ever charged you for?
No.
Even in our breeding loans. Hey, man, no, I fucking eat it all because I don't give a fuck. I mean, you know what I mean? We're all happy here. You go. Am I going to really cry about $30 fucking in food? You know what I mean? Like, it's just fucking ridiculous.
That said, I also would never
hesitate
but I would never hesitate to take an animal that you've produced before that. Like, I took that Asphalt/Yellowbelly Hypo. I think she had only had a meal or two. She's doing phenomenal. Like, the stuff you make, I have no concern with.
Right, but the thing is, if you know, and it's an experienced breeder.
Yeah.
That's the thing, too.
I know he has racks. They're the same thing. He knows how to assist feed. He's there. I would that. But most people say, hey, do you mind if I pick it up next week? Or, hey, do you mind if I do this? I'm like, cool. But, dude, you got to ask. Like, you know what I mean? And it sucks because that animal is never going to do what you want it to do. That money is just, you might as well just fucking put it in a pit and burned it. But you know what the worst part is? It's not the money that you wasted. It's the fucking
suffering.
The animal suffering, the stress, the feeling that you have. Oh my God, like trying to save it and trying to, it's fucking ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like, feed it an extra month, people. Or if you want to have it more meal, feed it 3, 4, day 4 or day 5. Get more meals in. I only can feed once a week because of my shipment. But if you're, it fucking sucks. Sorry I'm going nuts, but it fucking bugs the fuck out of me. And, I can name a few people that have these fucking animals that they got from big breeders that, oh no, it'll be fine. It'll be fine for you to fucking put in. But is it really? Because I know an animal that's 2 years old that just hit 400 grams and that's a male. Like 2.5 years. Got shipped at 90 grams. Wow.
And so, and the majority of the people that you're shipping these animals to, they're probably, you might be feeding live, they're feeding frozen, and that's already a change that has to go through. They're keeping it in different containers. They might not be keeping them in the gray tubs. There's all these different changes that are happening anyway. And so if that animal is not already super well established on food, it's just setting it up for failure when it gets to the new place.
Right. Or even people that don't have racks. They're going into, like a clear tub rack system, or they're going into a different setup. It's going to be stressed out. Wow. I mean,
It's funny. I've had a leopard het clown female sitting in my hatchling rack for I want to say about 5 months. It was basically one of the only animals I had problems feeding this year or last year, and I've had that animal sold since the clutch hatched.
oh yeah.
Literally since it hatched. Before it took a meal, I still don't have any money for it because I specifically told the guy, listen, I know I can sell this animal if you change your mind. Like, I want to make sure it's okay.
Established and doing well.
And it'll eat once, twice, 3 times, and I go, okay, you know what? Give me a couple more meals with it, and you can have it.
Doesn't eat.
Off food for 2 months.
Yeah.
It's still sitting around like 75 grams, and this guy, all the props to him, but he's like, hey man, I'm pretty confident if I took it, I could get it eating, all that kind of stuff. Like, I don't want to say I don't believe you, but I don't know you. And I know at least in my possession, I can make sure this animal, keeps going. The last thing I want to do is, get another 2 meals in it, ship it off to this guy, and then find out 2 months later it died because it's still only 80 grams.
Or something,
And
yeah. I mean, there's a few like that, but I have reached out because, you know what I mean? Like, these big breeders only care about money. Well, no, I care about money. Fucking right I do. You'd be a fucking liar if you didn't. We all care about money, and if you don't, you're an idiot. But you know what I care about? There's other... It's like people think, all they care about is money. So I can't care about other things. I can't care about my health. I can't care about, my future. I can't care... I can't care about the animals. I can only care about one thing? Why, is that because you're so fucking stupid with blinders on? That's all you give a fuck about is being fucking negative? Wow. Take the blinders off and open up your world, motherfucker. Like, I do care about money. Yeah, because money feeds... Look what I've done with my money. I spend it on my animals and my facility and more shit because I love it. And I have the right to. And if you don't like it, I don't give a fuck because you ain't going to stop me. That's what I do. I want to spend it. I love spending it. I give shit away to people. I love donating. I love giving back. I love helping. I love doing whatever the fuck I can because I can do more than one fucking thing. Just because you're negative and fucking so not going anywhere in life because you have this shitty mindset, don't fucking bring that shit around me because I'll just fucking spit at it and kick it to the curb. I'm like, you know what? I don't give a fuck. It's just, it's crazy people. But, oh man, it's nuts. But yeah, don't ship. This is the best thing to do. Do what you would want to be done to you. If you want a 65 fucking gram animal shipped to you and you want to fucking open the box and go, hey, my God, I can't wait. Like, I will never have someone do an unboxing with my fucking snakes. Hey, everyone does a live unboxing. Imagine that. Imagine how embarrassing. Just think of this. Imagine how embarrassing this would be. Hey, guys, I got an unboxing from Mutation Creation. I'm so excited. Wow. It's here, guys, at FedEx, and they're fucking, building up the hype. I'll be live and fucking at 1 o'clock. Then at live, they open up a live. People are watching. They open up the box. They pull it out live from Mutation Creation, and it's fucking doesn't even. You gotta find it in the box. Like you pull out a bag and it's like, oh my God, is a snake here? Oh, there it is. I feel something like the size of a turd. Oh. And then they reach in and they pull out an animal. I would be so fucking embarrassed to have someone pull out a 65, 70, 80, 90 gram fucking animal that I just shipped. Mm-hmm. Wow. You'll never fucking see that from me because I'd be embarrassed. I'd be fucking embarrassed. I do. And other people out there that do it, if that's what you want to do, cool. I'd be fucking embarrassed. Embarrassed. Wow. I mean, do you agree? Like, would you want to see someone all happy about their animal on live unboxing? They pull out a fucking, hi guys, I can't wait. I paid $2,500. This is gonna be one of my breeder males down the road. Here it is. what the fuck is this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh my God.
Right.
Oh yeah, it's moving. Okay. Like, I'd be fucking terrified. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I'd be embarrassed to watch that video and other people watching it like, Billy sends snakes like fucking right out of the egg? Like, what the fuck? It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
My opinion, that's how I feel. I'll never do it. What you fucking want to do, go nuts. But I don't believe in it, as you can tell. Anyways, Kori, talk. Say
Take
something.
a sip of water. I feel like that deserves a sip of water. So,
But you feel
I
me
have a
though,
fu-
right? Like it's crazy.
I do.
And I'm sorry that you're actually living it. Yeah.
I've had it happen. I mean, that's the mail that I'm picking up from you is the replacement of that one. I mean, it's.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Oh yeah.
That's
Oh,
why
shit.
that's why I needed it. It was not a small mail. It was like I had a whole project designed around this mail.
Oh.
And
It was really funny. She messages me in the morning and she's like, I don't know what to do about this project, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, dude, I'm just going to work. Like, I'll message you later. And like a couple hours later, she's like, all good. Billy got me. I was like, oh, cool.
And you see the size of it, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm very excited.
Yeah, and it's fucking gold and beautiful. It's like awesome. But yeah, I mean,
no, it's really, really nice
yeah,
expression.
I'm happy. But yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yep.
it's crazy. Oh,
And it's one of those things. Now I'll never, I'll always ask. Now I'm, but it was something I had to learn the hard way, and now I know, who to buy snakes from and who not to. But
yeah, and you'll get that experience, right?
yeah,
Like it's
yeah.
like you people think, oh, the experience is learning how to breed and how to feed and how to do. No, learn how to
No.
market yourself. Learn how to be a fucking positive influence. Learn how to do this. Learn who to buy from. Learn what you don't like. Learn who you like. You had so much to fucking learn.
so much
I mean,
to learn.
Austin, how many, like, you saw me at the very first 2 years you were with me. You were cleaning, you were doing some stuff, learning yourself. You've, and I've said that on another live. You have seen, like, if anybody wants to grow, you're going to say, no, you know why? Because I see what Billy has to deal with. I'm a part of it. It's fucking crazy. I don't even know. Sometimes I look at Austin like, I don't know how I just got through this. We've done it. But Austin's in a position where he knows what it takes to do. He's seen me fucking do and grind and he's part of it now. Same with Elion and Catherine and even Chris. What we do and how, it's a lot. So many people don't realize the other things and the aspects to this hobby that's needed. Oh, I just want to do this. There's so much more to learn. But Austin now, he's getting fucking messages now and people answering his calls, people testing him and all this other shit. Like, why? Like, I don't have time to fucking play your games. Oh, what do you think this is? What's the pairing? Oh, I don't have it. And then he'll give his best advice, looking at it. Oh, no, the pairing was this. Well, why didn't you just tell me that in the beginning? Yeah, like I've had somebody.
It was butter, not lesser.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah. Oh, you were fucking an idiot. It's a lesser, not a butter.
Core glowing up and
Oh my God. Yeah. Like, yeah, Corrigal banana. Like, wow, it's a phantom nut Mojave or something like this with a fucking complex gene. You should be lucky by looking at an animal that I can pick 5 or 6 of the fucking genes out. Same with Austin. Like, why are you fucking testing them? But that's the stupid mentality, people. Like, you want help? We'll help you, but give us the information. Don't fucking waste our time. But you see, you see now how much emails that you get, and it's fucking nuts. I can't answer them all. It's nuts on multiple platforms.
It would take hours.
It's nuts.
One of my big takeaways from when I came to visit you was I learned what a fucking savant Austin is. He is so smart. Like, he has this incredible database knowledge of morphs and an ability to identify
What it does,
them.
how it interacts,
It's
coloration.
incredible.
Yeah. And that's time
it's
and
incredible.
learning.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Appreciate it.
And he still has lots to learn because new shit coming out. And that's the thing. Like, you know why I don't know everything? Because things change and new things come. Austin might have a fucking handle on everything right now, but then someone's like, hey, I made this with this other gene.
What's that?
Wow, what the fuck's that? Like, we don't even know how things interact. And, but I mean, yeah, that's the thing. It's he's found his little niche. And from there, he's gone to other things. And now, he's 60 fucking clutches this year. And, I mean, I feel so comfortable. Like, hey, man, just what are we doing? Oh, we got too much of that. I want to do this. Yeah, but if you do that, okay, yeah. Or I do so many of one thing. He's like, you got like 5 of them already, right? I'm like, oh, do I? Like, but yeah, I mean, He is great at what he does, and he's going to get better.
Of course.
But there's still so much for all of us to learn.
Well, there's
Absolutely.
never
Yeah, it never ends. You got to keep on your toes.
So my question for you, Billy, have you ever gone through periods of time where you're not as enthusiastic about this? Or has your enthusiasm always been like through the roof?
It pretty much always has, but prior to, mutation creation wasn't always on the map. Mutation creation wasn't always doing incredible, but I wanted to do this. The very first 8 to 10 years, prior to 2010, 2011, we knew nothing. We didn't have social media. We were fucking guessing, and no one helped, and we were getting the shittiest of shittiest animals because we're such a small gene pool to pick from. I lost animals. I was breeding year after year, wondering why they weren't, because the breeding season, I was pairing them, 6-7 months too early. They weren't retaining sperm. I didn't get clutches. I had animals for 3 years I bred. 3 years in a row, 2 or 3 of them. I'm like, why don't they, I would ask somebody, do albinos lay eggs? And it's like, fuck yeah, why? Well, because I bred them for 2-3 years now, a few of them, and I've never had a clutch. Something wrong with them? It's like, no, dude, and I learned, because you're not supposed to just, they pair. So I would stop pairing, and then 2 months later they started building. And then I wouldn't pair them until they were reabsorbing. Well, no wonder. You know what I mean? Wrong fucking timing. And then I got the ultrasound, and I learned that myself. First thing I did when I got the ultrasound is, why the fuck aren't these animals fucking breeding? And I wanted to learn. And I grabbed it. It was summertime, and what the fuck? Holy fuck, they got follicles. Wow, let me put a male in. I wouldn't put a male in November, December, January. That's it. 3 months, 4 months. That was it back then. That's what we were taught. April, May comes. I put the animal on the ultrasound. It's like, wow, I put the animal in. May, June, July. Wow, I got fucking eggs in November when I would normally put the male in the pair. I learned. It was tough losing animals, not thing. There was no community. You had someone you can talk to because you were spending money with them. That's it. That one time when, I split up with my wife, I got fucked out of that deal. I had to move my within 3 days. I had a customer take them. They had space. 2 years, I got, 13 clutches with an ultrasound with 80 breeder females. And what the fuck? The first year I thought, because I moved them, they stressed them out because that was my mindset. Oh yeah, you move them, that's why they reabsorb. Cool. The next year, nothing. I mean, what the fuck? I took them back, and that was, I didn't have them at my, I couldn't go downstairs and look at them. I couldn't just go to the facility. They were 2.5 hours away. I'd go once a month so I lost connection. And plus I was more into, getting over the situation of losing my house, losing my wife at the time, and, just working on me. And then, the animals were sort of there. And then once I found, myself and got more established and then I'm like, hey, this is wrong. What the fuck's going on? And I took them back, and I had 43 clutches the very first year because I put the work in. You got to work people. But they had 80 plus breeder females with an ultrasound. And in 2 years, I got 13 fucking clutches. You know why? Because they didn't do fucking the work.
Yep.
So I got them back 43. Then it was 93 or 90, 100 and something, 200, nonstop. Don't look back. But it did. I lost connection because I wasn't there. When you have your animals, and like I said, I could let these guys run the shop. Hey guys, fuck, I don't have to show up. You guys do the shop, and I'm sure mutation creation will be profitable, and these guys will have my best interest and mutation creation's best interest, and Austin's going to be a part owner of the company. He's, and then eventually Lord, and eventually the team. It's where we can go with this and everything. There's tons of money and fun, and it takes a team to get to where we're going and where we are now. So everyone's going to get a piece of the pie. But the thing is I know I could say, hey, Austin, fuck, you know what? Here's the fucking keys. I'm moving. Give me a call if you need anything. And I like to Zoom call in once in a while. And you guys run the show. But this fucking guy, I know it's going to be successful. You know, there's gonna be shit like he's gonna go in directions I never even thought of, and vice versa. Like you never know. So I feel comfortable doing that. But I want to be there every day. I'm there fucking on Sundays by myself. I go there every single day. You know, it's something I love. I enjoy. But yeah, there's times where, that not being around them, you sort of lose that. But I needed that time to see, and then and here's the thing: I'm sort of glad it went down that way, because I guarantee you, if they were doing a good job, I would have probably sat back a bit and let them do it and be, but because I had to take it back and get down and refine myself and be happy where I was at and grind and get to where I am now. I'm here now because of my past and my situations and what I've learned, and all the heartache and the bullshit has made me the person I am today. And with my team now is where we're going, and wait to see what we're capable of doing. And we're showing you guys that daily. Yep. But I would. There's no way I would ever get out. There's no way. I mean, I'm expanding our horizons, and it's like a family. If I didn't see these fucking guys, every day, or I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, I'd feel weird. Austin's been with me for over 4 years, going on 5.
Amazing.
The Lord's 2. This fucker I've known forever. So, but I mean, it's something that's in me, and I want to expand different things. I want to travel more and do more, appearances and stuff like that. I don't know. I mean, I really love the Patreon, because I know I'm helping many, many people, and I see it, and I'm guiding them for success. And it's not for everybody, but people that are on it and the stuff that we're doing now. I mean, we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, if not 4 live streams a month. Every week we got 3 actual audio podcasts. We got to put the other one up we just did. A whole bunch of stuff. We're starting filming now. I'm going to be putting a lot more effort into it now, with a lot of details. And, to me, that's my baby. I started that with a vision, and, there's people around, and I can see them helping. I can see people go, wow, I did this. And there's amazing people out there. And I think that's my calling, because I'm good at what I do, and I can let these guys do the daily runs of stuff and inquire and help. And Austin just dropped the track today. And I fucking think people are going to read it and go, wow, man, I didn't know that. Wow, that's cool. And learn from it. And guess what? They might get 2 or 3 extra clutches a year because of our advice. Well, fuck, if that's not worth the $25 or $50 on Patreon a month with your discounts and everything else you get, and you just made 3 extra clutches because of our advice, fuck, dude, like, you take the blinders off and open up your eyes to reality and learn. You'll never learn. I'll learn. You know what I mean? You got to support people and learn and get other things and try shit. It's, but I want to invest my time in helping people and learning and doing something that no one has. And I think with Patreon, I'm still learning, but I'm taking it to a whole new level. And these guys here, are running the fort and contributing to Patreon as well. And, even this podcast, even though they don't fucking talk, except for, hey, man, Jet Fund. But yeah, we got to get them talking a little more, eh? Or me less. Is it me less? Or?
It's kind of hard to chime in.
I find a way.
Yeah, but you got to say something.
You just gotta
I
push
usually
in.
come on with the one-liners. I wait for my
And
opportunity.
Fucking when he comes in with, oh my God, they're the best. That's Star Wars war with the rumba.
You gotta get him and Nick on one podcast, just together, because I feel like they're
gotta pump each other. That'd be great.
they're both
breaks,
they're
man.
both really good at the one line, like, just sneak in comments.
It's the
I
water
wait.
break. If I drink too much water, I can't talk.
Yeah, I wait for my
Is it
opportunity.
legal to drink water there?
No.
Oh,
Jeez, what's
No.
Sucks.
yeah, that is
so dehydrated?
damn.
Oh my
I
God.
don't care if it's legal
No.
or not. I need water.
Wow.
It's an essential,
Yeah.
You need water to survive, right?
Wow.
At least I do.
But no, it's been a good show. I mean,
Yeah,
besides
absolutely. That's always fun. It's been a while since we've been able to catch up, so it's been really nice to chat.
Gotta
Yeah.
come back, see the new facility.
yeah, you definitely
I
got to come
know.
back.
I'm really looking forward to it whenever we can travel again.
Yeah, and I mean it's cool because, like I said, I mean you see when we went to dinner, I
Yep.
mean fuck, we went and talked, and You know,
Absolutely.
everything I've learned, I'm glad that you've utilized it, and you might have veered from it now or learned more different techniques, but because of that, you understand, and I can only
Yep.
explain to you what I know and what I do, you know.
Absolutely.
But there's other things that you can do to adapt or change or modify, and I think that's what's great. Like even Chris, like a month ago, hey man, have you ever? I mean, no, I've never. I just know this is how I do it, and it works. So I've never dug deeper, and now he has, and he's saying, hey man, like look at this and look at what you've done, and you know everybody in the chats are saying, hey, this is happening. It's different. So now let's look into it more, and instead of I start looking at this the data that it's like, wow, you know what? Instead of once a month, I should be pairing every 3 weeks, you know, and start a month earlier, and then here now I have bigger clutches, or I have less reabsorptions, or you know I get animals faster, or they're breeding a month or two quicker. This data is key, and you know I think that's what's great, that we're actually going that route instead of and that's the thing. Why are we doing it? Why are we putting more work on ourselves? All we have to do is do what we're doing and make all this fucking money because that's all we do. No, I want to learn more. And I want to teach people how to do this and be successful. And one thing about Patreon I love is people call me and I do one-on-one. It's not what I want you to do. Oh, you need to go buy 5 more racks. You need to go fucking mortgage your house and spend $50,000 to buy this because this is what you need to do to be me. Fuck that gene. You got to only have these genes. What is your budget? What are your goals? What do you want? What's your expectations? What's your time like? And cool. Well, with your budget and all this is how you get to your goal. Okay? I don't have to like your fucking genes, but I'm not going to shit on them. It's just I don't like them. But right. I'm not sitting here going, "Oh, I don't like them, so I would get out of that project." No. Yep. This is what you need to do. This is how you do it. This is your budget. This is your budget this year. You got a budget for next year. This is how you do this. Then you do this. And, everyone is individual. Like when people say, oh, what should I do to this? What animal should I pair to this female? Well, I'd buy this. Well, that's $20,000. Well, you asked me what I would pair to it. That's what I would pair to it. Well, I only got $500. Well, fuck, then ask me that because that's a whole different fucking answer. I have $500. What should I pair to this? Cool. It gives me, just like when people ask Austin, hi, what is the animal? Our first response is, what was the pairing? I don't know. Well, why the fuck are we here guessing what your fucking animal is if you're not buying from someone who fucking has a breeding, buy from a breeder that gives a fuck about his animals. Because if I'm selling an animal and I don't know what the fuck was the pairing, I don't give a fuck. I just care about the money that you're giving me. Give the fucking, stressful.
Yep.
How many times you get that, Austin? It's ridiculous.
Too often.
It's like ridiculous. What was the pairing? Oh, I don't know. I think there's something, the best one. I think there's something going on. Stop it, people.
Or the worst is when somebody gets a snake off Craigslist or Kijiji and it's ID'd wrong to begin with.
Yep.
And then they start breeding and then selling wrong ID'd snakes with genes
Happened.
that are not even inside of the pairing.
Yeah.
And it's like the biggest headache.
Yeah. Buy from established breeders, big or small, that have ask what was the pairing. Well, I don't keep track of records. Clink.
Red
Bye.
flag.
See ya. I don't do that. I don't buy from the big breeders because they just out for my money. I just buy local, and I picked up this fucking collection and this collection, and I think this was here, and I'm pretty sure that this is that, and I'm trying to prove it out. It's been 5 years, but I'm pretty sure it's het pie. Like, what the fuck? Run. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But yeah, with you, I mean, you're big on social media. You get a lot of stupid fucking people.
Yeah,
messaging
almost
you?
all the time.
You must get a lot of bearded dragon questions.
Well, it first started off with just bearded dragons and other reptile questions, but now since I've been on Mutation Creation, the same thing with ball pythons and different stuff. So it's a combination of just good questions, but some is just Google it. It's not that hard to search it on Google, or even they want to see what a normal is this
something special?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
And
it's
you know what I
just
love
normal.
doing? Hey, I'm pretty sure something's going on with this animal. Awesome. The best way to do it is it a male or a female? It's a female. Great. Raise it up for 2 to 3 years, breed it to another animal, and then, hopefully you can see something. Anything with that trait that you can see, raise that up for another 2 or 3 years, or get a male and then wait another year or two and then breed the male back to the son, back to the mom. And maybe in 4 or 5 years, if something pops out, oh, you can't tell right away. No, put the fucking work in or shut the fuck up and you know what I mean? Like nobody wants to work, you know?
Did I tell you that I think there's something else going on in that pastel lesser leopard clown that I bought off you?
Yeah, it's yellow belly. Oh, no, no.
Because
What do you think it is?
I have no idea right now, but I literally just went back and tried to buy back all the animals that I think might have what I'm seeing in this, and it did not go well for me.
Oh man,
I didn't get any of them back.
Does it look hurricane?
I'll show you some kind of.
It is. I think it is. That's what we're looking at, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's hurricane.
Fuck's sakes, are you kidding me?
No, I'm not fucking joking.
I'll show you some pictures.
I'm
after
having
this.
animals pop up. I'm like, fuck, that looks hurricane. Oh, it can't be. And that's the thing. Oh, it can't be because this animal. Well, the animal I got, I've been breeding crazy, and there's so many things, but I'm not that guy. Oh, there must be something else. But now when I have some single gene shit, I'm like, dude, that's fucking hurricane. Or blitz, or something like that, which could easily be misrepresented or not known it was in the clutch from the pairing of the original male. And I'm not going to say it because everyone's like, oh, I got one of those. Oh, my God. And then you get 400 pictures. Is this hurricane? Is this one of the ones that I got from you, hurricane? And then it's like, holy fuck, you open up another can of worms. Show them.
That's not my picture, but that's just leopard lesser.
Maybe. It's tough, though.
It's hard to say.
But, yeah, it's crazy. It's nuts. We got a couple super chats. I'm going to do this one because it's funny. Go ahead, Paul Taylor.
I have $13. What mail do I buy?
Can you even buy a mail for $13? If you find the right one on Craigslist, someone will give it to you.
That's what I think's going on with that mail.
Yeah,
it's so wild.
And it could be something totally new. We don't even know. We got another super chat here that we missed. It's because we yap too much, or at least I do. Andrew, Redwood Reptiles.
Love.
Yeah,
it's probably love. I love how people say they don't breed for the money and then put a price in their animals. They should be free if that's the case. It's all just posturing.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. You know, and you know, oh, man, blah, blah, blah. Wow. It's funny because, you know, I mean, I do really well. And I'll buy an animal and I'll produce it. And it really only costs me my time and the food that I put in and little stuff like that. But then also the investment. But that investment, like years later, is it's paid for in the first clutch usually if you do it right.
Right.
You know, people are like, oh, well, it's $2,000. You know, I mean, it didn't cost you much. Would you do it? No. You know, it's worth $2,000. You know, I mean, you know, I invested. You know, and that's what people don't understand. And here's the thing where people, if they change their mindset, or they should change it. If you go right now, I mean, and invest $5,000 on an animal, do you want to breed it and sell that same animal that you produce a year later for $500 when other people are selling them for $3,000? No. You know why? Because I invested $5 in order to make babies to sell them for $3. I'm not just gonna fucking let some other asshole come in and get like, you know, a third, a fourth, a sixth of the price, and now he's getting it, and he's gonna just populate it, and then that guy and the worst part is the guy that buys it for $500, he's gonna sell them for $3,000 and not give anyone else a fucking break. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. There's a $3,000 animal, and you want it for $5,000, but then when you start making them and sell them for $3,000, you won't even give anybody a fucking dollar off. You piece of shit. Oh, I hate people like that. Holy God, man, Willem, and it's you ready? You see it? It's Philippek. I pronounced it right. You pronounced it wrong. Yeah, I did it right once. So go ahead.
Sorry, I said Philippek the first time.
No, you said Philpek. Maybe you did say it right. I don't know. But I know I said it,
Philpek,
and I said Philippek. And I'm like, no, is that two L's or an I? My eyes are bad. So.
Is that half or 1 out of
1, 2?
1 out of 2.
Oh, maybe 1 out of 2 questions? Or 1 out of 2.
Now I know Kori has brought a lot of snakes from the notorious Nick Mutton. Now, after dealing with him, have you ever met anyone in the reptile industry that could get you as excited about stuff you didn't even know you were excited about?
No, so Nick Mutton is one of the biggest. He's not one of the. He's the biggest carpet python breeder out there. He wrote the book about carpet pythons.
Oh, cool.
He's like the carpet python guy, and he is notorious. So if you give him a call, you have to block out like the next 3 hours because you're going to be on the phone with him, because he will just talk. And by the end of every phone call, you end up buying something you didn't even know like you wanted. He's amazing how he does it. But yeah, I've bought a lot from Nick Mutton, and he has amazing animals.
Oh, that's awesome.
He puts together these really elaborate lineage charts for all of his animals, which then makes it really easy for when you go breed your animals, then you can provide your animals with information on their lineage and don't have to back it up, because that actually matters in the carpet python world. And so, yeah, he's a good dude, and I've been really fortunate to have him as a mentor on a lot of my.
See, that's amazing.
Stuff.
You know what I want to do? You know what I want to? I don't know if he has time, but I want you to message me, or maybe even reach out to him since you know him, because if he's like the master of it and knows so much, I would like his input on Husbandry Pro for that species. Because I know what I can, ball pythons, we need to do this. I can change it. I would love for him to look at it, whether he wants to get involved or not or use it, but look at it and say, hey, you know what we need? We need this. This is what we track. This is what's important. And we can modify that. So now when people come in that work with these species, it's like, oh, fuck, this is perfect. Not like, oh, you know what? I like this, because right now it's really geared towards ball pythons and some other things, and you can add your own things and add your own things.
And that's what I did for my carpet pythons, is I created my own like genetics codes to log all of the various different like locality information and that kind of stuff for carpets.
But now imagine taking this, so now it's already pre-programmed for that species, so you don't have to sit there and figure it out. And I want to work with some key people with that to make that end. So now it's not just for ball python people. It's for, and it works and it tracks and it does everything that they want. I would love to sit down and see if he's even interested in something like that to help with that and even, figure something out. But I mean, that'd be cool. That'd be cool, because I'm glad that you went in there and you did your adjustments, because it's amazing that you can add.
It was easy to do.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, even we did for the tarantulas, I opened up a new group called invertebrates, and then under there I made tarantulas, and I did my own sort of thing, which is cool. Yeah. So, okay, part 2. Ready?
Oh, there's a second part to that.
Yeah, remember he had half or 1, 2?
Oh,
I knew it was a second question.
I guess it couldn't fit.
Maybe. So, Willem Philippek, take it away.
So part 2. And then getting a shipment way bigger than you planned on getting. Also, can you keep
keep you on the phone way longer
than you planned on being on.
Every time. He's
That's
notorious for it.
You know who's also notorious? My man Earl, man. Earl will give you a call, and you just go into all the, and it's just like you just get caught up, and it's like, holy fuck, it's been 2 hours, bro. Holy shit, yeah. But I mean, but it's so cool to talk, because you just get brought in. Yeah.
You get into it.
Yeah.
And you stuff, and you just, it opens your eyes, and it's so amazing like that. And I love that. That's awesome. I might have to call this guy and get some of these fucking things now.
They're amazing.
Awesome.
I love carpet pythons because they actually do stuff. They don't just, they you can look at them and they do things. They don't just sit in a box.
And they're just like boas too. They never like go off food really.
Oh yeah, no. Once they start eating, they just don't stop. I've never had a troublesome carpet python for feeding.
Here's a question for Lord. How often do you feed salads to your beardies? For the Homeland Trip Fund, Africa, LOL.
I don't know where I guess the Africa is because I'm het African.
Oh, remember, for the Homeland Trip.
Oh, I thought they were talking about ball pythons, because that's where they come from too.
Yeah.
I'm going to just assume
because he's het African.
Oh, there you go.
It depends really on the bearded dragon. I'd probably feed every day, even as like a baby. I'd try to offer them, but every day seems about right, because that's their main food once they're like adults.
I mean, no disrespect by this, but can I talk about how big of a pet peeve it is for me when people call lettuce salad?
I mean,
It drives me nuts.
I mean,
don't
it
know why.
depends because a salad for a beardy, it consists more than just lettuce.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't
So like,
aware of that. Okay.
actually, we don't even use lettuce at all
That's funny. Okay, then I was.
because like lettuce
I
doesn't
was
have that
incorrect.
much
Then that has nothing to do with that comment whatsoever.
Yeah.
Perfect.
A salad could be like
See, we're learning. We're
could be a
learning.
whole bunch of stuff.
Lettuce is not a salad.
No, don't.
Chris's
don't
pet
do
peeve.
That. Don't do that.
Yeah. No, man, it's pretty good. You like this? It's pretty cool, eh? I like this form, podcast. Or it's not really a podcast. It's a live. We call it a podcast because we're just ridiculous.
It is a little ridiculous, but that's all right.
That's all right. But we actually do have a real podcast now.
I saw that.
It's pretty
That's
neat.
cool.
Yeah. So
I love podcasts because I can listen, like
Yeah.
real podcasts, because I can listen to them when I'm out on walks or driving my car or doing whatever, because I like to multitask.
yeah, well, that's the thing. When we did this, it's like, oh, podcast, and this is how everyone else does it. I'm like, oh, that's a live stream, really, but it's sort of a podcast, but it's a video. But a podcast doesn't have video and blah blah blah. blah.
Podcasts can have videos.
Right, but
Well,
the way this
now
is,
a lot of- yeah.
I have to get this, and I should have done it, but it's too late now, and it's too much work, to take all this and put it on. And the way this format is, I don't think anybody would want to really sit there and just put it on and drive somewhere. It's like 4 hours long. It's like, fuck. That's why the other ones are short and sweet, to the point, and I think that's the point of that. This is just a bunch of rambling.
I mean, if we didn't acknowledge the chat while we were talking, I think it would be a lot more digestible for an audio only format. But if you're not getting the live chat while you're watching, a lot of what we say doesn't make any sense.
The
So
live chat is what makes this whole thing. I mean, not that you guys aren't wonderful, but
No, I agree. I mean, sometimes I'd be like, fucking, let me just take this shit off, and I want to join the chat.
the chat has a
You know?
life of its own.
absolutely. It's always fun too when the chat's like just going off in like a totally different direction than what y'all are talking about.
Has nothing to do with anything.
Nothing
yeah.
at all.
Oh, here's Don piping in. Chris Ward, 100%.
Yeah, he knows what's up. I was just talking to Don earlier today.
Oh,
Gotta
cool.
go pick up a snake off him.
Oh,
Sick.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because he came up the other day. I know.
I was so
Didn't get
upset.
the memo? Oh, there was no memo.
That was the friggin' weekend that I was like, nope, just cutting off everything, not paying attention. And I get back to him and I'm like, hey, you coming up this weekend? And he was like, no, that was last weekend. And I was like, oh.
Jeez.
Cool. So we're gonna probably end this very shortly.
Cool.
What else do you want to? Anything you want to say? Pet peeve. Since we're on the pet peeves,
Yeah.
something I don't know. Something maybe we don't know about you. Something that you want to get into, or you're looking at getting into, or a surprise, or something that you want to get off your chest. Chris is in the room right now. Give it to him.
Yeah.
Right?
Come on, Kori. All the
Yeah.
things that you've
No.
wanted to give me shit for publicly.
All the things I've wanted to say over the years that I've been too polite.
Yeah, go for it.
No. Yeah, no, I don't. No, the thing is, you're usually nice to me, and it's like, then every once in a while, like in a forum like this, your asshole nature comes out, and I'm like, oh, okay, you are an asshole.
I am.
Good.
Yeah, but he admits it, which is great.
He always tells me that he's an asshole, and I'm like, no, you're not. You're sweet. And
It's
and then
because
he's
when
like,
people only read
Yeah.
text, they do not get the inflection, and my inflection is always asshole.
Jesus.
Yeah, the tone.
Even if I'm saying something nice, know that I'm not saying it nicely.
Yeah, it's that tone.
Great. Great.
Gotta go read my messages now.
Oh, that's what he meant.
I guess so. One thing that's kind of one of my little soapboxes that kind of relates to, getting to know you and all of that sort of thing. So, you hear a lot of people complain about how hard it is to like find mentors. And I think a lot of times people go into relationships. You can tell me if this is wrong, but a lot of people go into it thinking like, hey, Billy, what do you have to offer me? As opposed to like just trying to become friends and get to know you, and knowledge might spread from that. But it seems like in mentorship relationships so often, people forget that it's really just about making friends and getting to know people and treating people like humans and that sort of thing. and it's not about like the transactional. What can I get out of this?
Yeah, and I mean, and the funny thing is I mean, I have people that message me, and if I'm free, which I mean, I do have, when I'm free and I want to sit on the couch and I'm watching a movie, I'm still looking at my phone trying to do things while I'm watching the movie.
Yeah.
So
no, you're always on.
Right. So if I'm on there and I jump into a live or I answer someone's question, they're like, "Oh my God, thanks for answering the question." If I can, I will. And it depends. I mean, if I can help with a question, and cool. If you want me to look over your breeding plans, you want me to help you go from A to B and spend hours, I don't have time, because I have time for those people on Patreon that I do that for. And I know, I mean, there's some people that probably it's not for them, but I know there's so many people on there going, "Holy fuck, Billy, you do so much." Like, I just had Husbandry Pro now, my top tier, they get it for free for life, as long as they remember. So here you go. It's free. It's saving you money per month, and 25% off or 50% off, whatever I can do to make it better. But Patreon is something where you invest in me, I invest in you. I'll give you my things, I'll help you out, I'll do it. And depending on where you're at, that's the time, because I can't commit to 5,000 people. But the thing is you just buy an animal and utilize the discount once a year, your Patreon's fucking free. Everything else, like I'm doing a spin to win for anyone that's been over for 6 months, and I have a lot. 2 fucking ARS racks of your choice.
Wow.
Spin the win. I mean, Andrew's on here from Redwood Reptiles. He won one of the Dreamsicles in the spin to win. Dreamsicle male. I gave 2 away. Spin to win. It's not even a part of Patreon. I give it on top. Fuck it. Why not? I do shit. Now I'm doing, a spin to win for an ARS rack. There's, what that's going to cost me like $2,300 times 2. I'm giving away $5,000. I don't have to. It's not even on the fuck, but I can. And if you buy an animal on top, you're making, like, it's just, plus the time and the, the knowledge I can give you. If I can do one thing to save your year, holy fuck, like, think about it. And I want people to do well, but I can't do this because my phone, if I spent all the time on the phone, I wouldn't be able to be on here right now. I wouldn't be able to have my facility and be where I'm at. I don't have a life as it is. I'd have no life. But at least now I know who to give my time to, because I've had people that I've given my time to and they just whipped their dick out and pissed all over it. When other people are sucking, are losing out or still around and had a rough time and had to go through a step that I could have maybe saved from some other asshole just fucking wasting my time that I felt, and then he just, this isn't for me. Wow,
Yep.
And that really bugged me, because they never even called and said, "Hey man, this is." I'm like, "Hey man, I hear from you every day for months, 3 times a week, and I chat for hours, and now I don't hear from you. What's going on? You okay?" It's not for me. I sold everything." What the fuck? You don't even have the balls to call me and tell me, like, piece of shit. I fucking hate it. You invest in me, I invest in you. You don't like it, leave. But there's a lot of stuff, and it's coming, and it's been growing, and I mean. I'm not trying to sit there and sell it, because, I mean, I have an amazing group right now, and I'm happy. I mean, and I'm not trying to hide how much money's being brought in. It's fucking there. I'm not hiding.
Right.
It's you go to Patreon and say, "Holy fuck, Billy's making all this fucking money." Do you know what we're doing? We're putting it back in. We're doing this. Our time, you know what I mean? We're hiring other people. That's how we got Catherine in. Here we go. We can start doing this and start building and watch what we're doing with it. But those people that are paying me at the certain thing, they've benefited. They've probably made money off of the. They've actually probably made more money than they paid me with the savings that I've given them on some snakes.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's the mindset,
Yep.
And I can make a lot of money a lot faster just selling animals without any of this extra work, without spending hours on the phone helping you, But I love helping, so I actually, get a little bit more from it too.
Yeah.
Because it's me. Oh, you see, I mean, you came up and I mean, fuck.
You were on your fucking phone the entire time, like dealing with comments with people on Instagram, and I was just like, I don't know how he lives like this. Because
and I still had the time to have dinner.
And you still showed me around, and you took me. I mean, you were an incredibly gracious host. I'm not saying anything like that, but
and showing you on the charts, and that's what I do.
I don't know how you I was like, this is not sustainable. I don't know how you do this, because you can't spend 14 hours a day on Instagram and do everything else you're
Ask
doing.
these guys.
At the
7
time,
days
you were
a week
still
too.
doing
7 days a week.
too, and I was
Probably 8
like,
days a week
how
if you
does
could.
this human being exist? I don't even understand.
7 days a week. I'm always
Yeah.
on. When I'm off this phone, I'll be answering. I'll be up for another hour or two, just answering people, messaging. It's what I do. It's what I love. And you know what? It's fucking nuts. But I mean, it's pretty cool. But
Yeah.
you ready?
Yeah.
Austin's like asleep here. It's like long day. What do we do? What do you have planned for tomorrow? We got to do some videos tomorrow, and we got to feed tomorrow. That's always fun. Oh, did you guys take the mails out today? We'll do that first thing in the morning. Awesome.
Plan.
We have an after show tonight.
Not tonight.
Holy fuck, man! Like, see,
No, I'm trying to.
You see when you start something and you don't follow through. Yeah.
No, I'm
The
trying to.
one time I wanted to watch.
I'm trying to set it up so it's a little less of. Just a
The
little less
one
of a
time
pain
I
in the ass.
wanted to watch. Yeah, that's 2 weeks in a row, man. Slacking.
No, I want to set it up so it's a little easier. It's very hard to see me for one thing.
Oh, I know. It's very hard to you.
I'm just trying to figure out a way to do it so it's a little easier to.
But doesn't somebody come on too and read the? So it's
Yeah, but there's a few things. I was having audio issues. I was having
shit.
the streams were cutting in and out. So I just want to figure out a way to make sure it's.
Because you know why?
proper.
Because you're probably driving back through 4 or 5 different fucking cell towers
Yep.
and the delay.
So I just want to figure out if there's a way to do it.
Shit,
So
that
yep.
sucks.
Yeah, it is what it is. I'll get it back up and going.
Nice.
That's not the end of it.
But thanks, Kori. I'm so glad
Thanks so
that.
much for having me on.
Yeah.
I appreciate it very much.
No, it's been great, great catching up, and I know you guys talk quite a bit, and it's pretty cool to have you and see where you're at, because a year ago you didn't have all that shit behind you,
A little different from when I did that video for the contest.
For the contest,
I
yeah.
had my yep.
No,
I think I had 40 snakes then.
Yeah, no, it's crazy, and I mean it's amazing to see, of what you do and your lifestyle and everything that you have going on, growing. Especially with your first interaction with this, like fucking failure. What do I do? And all the bullshit with the people and Facebook and where you are now and what you're doing and where you're going, and you can see the passion. Oh my God, I'm into this. I mean, I didn't even know you're into all these other animals and you're excited about it. And it's pretty cool. So it's awesome,
thank
and
you.
then, next year or the year after, it's like, holy shit. And another quick question before we leave. Now, I mean, people know who you are. I mean, it's not like, you're out there, you're a part of stuff. I mean, you're a very friendly person and you're interacting with people and you're doing it. How busy are your emails and your messages? Do you get quite a bit people asking you how to start or advice or?
No, I don't.
Really?
When I was doing YouTube, I got a fair amount, and it was driving me crazy. But I don't get a huge amount now. And it might just be maybe I do get it and I'm just enjoying talking to people and I don't notice, but
Yeah.
But I don't get a ton, and I'm okay with that.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's not for everybody. I mean, it's sometimes I'm sitting there going, wow. And it's funny because you'll be on the phone with somebody, and then when you get off, it's like, holy fuck, all that time I have another 10 messages. It's like, it doesn't go away. It's
I get really defensive of my time because I have 4 kids as well.
Yep.
And so it doesn't. I have to be careful not to let it take over everything.
And it's easy to do. I mean, it's.
Yep.
But no, I mean that's a thing. Hell of a good balance, and I can see. I love seeing people doing better, and every year, because if you ever went back and looked at your,
Oh yeah.
Hi, I'm Kori Martin, and you had the dining room, and
Yep.
it's like seeing where you are now. It's like, wow. I mean, look at that. A couple years, and people say they can't do it. It's time. And wait till you see it in a few more years. You may have a facility, or you may. I mean, you never know.
Yeah, I know. It's nuts.
I
I start thinking ahead, and it gets a little overwhelming. So I'm trying to not look too far ahead right now, because at some point I'm going to have to start scaling down some projects and figure out what I'm focusing on, or it's going to get really, really big. So.
No, awesome. So glad to have you,
Yep.
Kori. Yay.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, 100%. And keep doing what you're doing. Keep being awesome. Yeah, I'll let you know as soon as I get a date. I know I didn't make the first cut. You know, a lot of people because it's just, you know, there's so many people sending stuff to the States now, which is crazy because years ago it's like, you know, hundreds of animals coming up, a few going down. Now it's like, it's, you know, it's a nice, you know, flow back and forth. Like Sam's going down, dropping off as many as he's bringing back, which is fucking awesome, man. And we love the U.S. for the support.
Market.
Yeah, and I mean, the people, you know, willing to, you know, buy animals from us, and, you know, it's really cool. We love the support, and I mean, all of us are you know, growing. And what's your Instagram at now?
I'm gonna break 8,600 by tomorrow.
Cool. Where are you at now?
Wow.
I don't even know. I don't use it.
You don't use Instagram?
I haven't posted in months.
Jeez.
What the fuck? We're on such a wicked
I
roll.
don't have time.
Man, it has been my best
What
avenue
the
for sales.
fuck?
You really need to get back on that. Instagram, I sell more through Instagram than I do anywhere else.
Yeah, but I
I
mean,
just have people asking me.
yeah, but the thing is wow, you were fucking growing like a madman.
No time.
Make the time.
I wish.
Wow. Anyways, all of Kori's, if you don't already know, you're already following her, get over there and damn follow her. All of her info and links are in the description below. Same with all of us. Same with all the amazing people that hit all the achievements. I know I'm going to see all these people, you know, in future podcasts, doubling it or hitting other milestones, and it's awesome. And keep doing what you're doing. Believe in yourself. Believe in, you know, this industry is proving itself to be strong and growing, and it's just awesome. But great to have you as a guest. It's been a while, and
It has.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it was a great one, man. Another one in the books. Have a great night, everybody in the chat. You guys are awesome. Thanks for the support. Keep going. One thing before you go, we need you to say. Do you know what we need you to say?
No. I
Chad.
usually dip out by this point.
You need to say
Oh,
Chad.
EAD?
EAD. You got
Chad,
it.
EAD.
That's it. There you go. Rock and roll.
Okay.
Have a
All
great
right.
night, guys. Bye.
Bye.
My channel. My channel. My content. My channel. My content. My channel.